To be where you are. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being alive. Today is a beautiful day. February 17th, Bitcoin 96,000. We're only a few $1,000s away from 100K. It ain't that bad if you really think about where we're at right now for BTC. It's a gorgeous, beautiful day here in Florida. My kids are healthy. My wife is healthy. I'm healthy. Everything is going our way. Once you got your health, everything else can come. You know, if you don't have your health, you can't get rich. You can't get out of bed. You can't do a dang thing. If you're broke and you got your health, you're better off than being rich and being sick. Am I wrong? Would you rather be rich and sick or broke and healthy? I mean, I'm being serious. Would you rather be rich and sick or broke and be healthy? I'll tell you what, I'd rather be broke and be super healthy. I'll tell you that right now, because if I was sick, what could I do with my life? I couldn't do a dang thing. So shout out to everybody here. Let's put things into perspective right off the bat. Let's put the lemon into the water. If I could get a lemon, I got no lemon. I got no lemon over here. Summer, I need a lemon. My team puts the water, but they forget the lemon. I try to tell them what to do. Well, you know, man, the man of the house is always... Shout out to everybody here. Get your own lemon, right? Get your own lemon, you piece of... How dare you order your wife and kid to get you a lemon? Get a life. Hey, someone might have said that. I get it. I get it. Man, it's hot today. I don't know why, but I'm super hot. Spicy in here. Let's take a look at BTC. One of my awesome signals played out this morning already. Let's kind of talk about what happened and how it ended up playing out. Want some more? I'm gonna change the music soon. Get it crazier. We need I need more upbeat, crazy, hot cake music here. I don't know why it got so laid back out of nowhere. There we go. Yeah. Making Munchies. That was one of my. And again, that's just the name of the song, right? Anyway, so we have an Adam and Eve double bottom here. We're praying that this was the bottom right there of this nice, basically half circle here. That's it. That very well could have been the bottom at 94,000. I bought around here and there, and I bought whenever the fear and green index gets high, and whenever it gets crazy. I can't take the sound of the fan. You know what I mean? Even though I'd rather be hot for each and every one of you guys, I just can't take it. I'd rather see the clarity in my ears. So I like this, and I'm sticking to it. And I know most of you think I'm insane. It looks like I call it the double-headed dragon. Shoulder, a double-headed inverted head and shoulder. You see, but man, the Bears have tried so hard, and they just can't seem to cascade us down through the open gap. They've tried so hard, so I stay bullish, and I know you look at me like, dang, man. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. And we did lose the 1 hour 200 MA, which was whack. And right now we just hit it with resistance. And you can see that's a great place to take profits. How many times have I been in a short-term trade that's ripped and I told you to take profits at the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame? So this morning, this is my trading style that I taught you guys. And we perfected it just the other week. You get in when you cross the 1 hour, the 200 MA on the 1 minute. You sell when you hit the 200 MA on the 1 hour. Understand? It's such a beautiful trade. I perfected it last week when where did I sell it? Right there. That one was a monster. I got in when we crossed the 200 MA on the 1 minute. I sold when we hit the 200 MA on the 1 hour. Same trade right here. What day was this trade? This trade was on, this trade was Tuesday. Yeah, what day is today? Hey. I don't even know. My days don't go like that. That was a Friday. I just wanted to see if it was the same day. That was a Friday. This is a beautiful trading style using the 200 MAs to cascade your way through multiple time frames. Does anyone have any idea what I just said? If you know what I just said, you are on your way to becoming a trading genius. If you don't know what I said, you're still on your way because you're here. So have no fear. Does anyone know what I just said? No, seriously, put a 444 if you understand me. I just want to see how many 444s are out there. See, I switched it up on you. I put a 444 because I know you think I said 333, but I want to make sure you're listening. There we go. There, the 444 is coming on in strong. And I want to interact with the group all the time. I'm always looking at the chat. I love each and every one of you. The love is real. I do this just because I love going live. I absolutely love going live. Look, nobody heard me. Nobody watched the stream. Nobody got me a lemon. Nobody gives a dang about you when you're the dad. I'm telling you, nobody cares. No one cares in this house that I don't have a lemon, even though my show pays for every single bill. And I'm not complaining. I'm just, nobody cares. I just want to let you know, as the father, don't act like they're going to... Every once in a while, your kids are going to care, your wife's going to care, but for the most part, nobody cares about you, all right? Nobody cares about you. Watch this. I'm going to open up the door and... Can I get a half a lemon, please? Summer price. Half a lemon, please. Hello? Thank you. You got to actually make yourself heard in these homes. Okay, so rejection by the TRDAE on the 1 hour time frame, but you could see beautiful pump to the upside. They squeezed the shorts yet again. Anyone that thought they had us, and look what they did. They even made a descending triangle, right? That looked bearish. Looked like it was going to dump to the downside, and they reversed that puppy right to the move. Now, what I do is I trade when we cross the TRDAE on the 1 minute time frame. See, I've learned that I may not be able to get the timing right or figure out what they're doing. Thank you so much. You're blessed. And look at this. This is a nice ice cold half a lemon here. Let's put the lemon into the water, decalcify the pineal gland, get ourselves on another level. I think this is a Meyer. I don't know. Seems something odd there. I can't put my finger on it. Sam, this app, please touch your stream. When you're right hand on the blue, you're funny. And have an echo in the house. I know. It's big ceilings. They care. You just need to. Yeah, no, I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with everybody. Everybody cares. But it's, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is when you're the master of the house, you got to put more effort in than anybody else, man. And don't act like everyone's going to do that, you know. Here's a bag of lemons for you. Thank you for the $13.99. That's probably about what the, like $6, about $8 or $9. Yeah, I can almost get 2 bags. God bless you, man. Actually, after YouTube takes a cut, yeah, it's about 1 bag, yeah. Always grabbing. Hey, they put out the platform. So beautiful little flag here for Bitcoin. You can see we ripped up, we retested the 200 crossing the 200 is where I like to get in. If you can get the golden cross, it betters your entry. And then I sell when we hit the 200 on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour time frame. I did not execute this today. All right, I'm not going to try and tell you that I did. And we could see some more bearish signals here. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's do our top-down analysis like we do every single day. Again, there's going to be times when the markets crawl. There's going to be look at how Bitcoin's been sideways since the 5th. That's 12 days of sideways price action from a top range of 98,000 and a bottom range at 94. I mean, we're just doing this. That's it. That's our range right now for Bitcoin until we leave it. It is what it is. Let's take a look at the weekly and see what's happening and do our top-down analysis. If you were in my trading group, you got this again, but I'm going to do it again because things have changed. All right, and there was a little bit of a pump here. We could see some key levels on the daily maybe got pushed up. So right now, the weekly, yes, can we get the bounce? Can we flag out? All we're asking is for a little move here, at least back to the top of the channel, even if this is bearish. Even if this eventually decides to dump on us, you would assume that we would get this breakup. So whether we're going to pump or dump out of the bigger channel, I still would assume we'd get a break to the top of the channel. Regardless, so to me, it says we're going to break to the top. Now, I'm keeping a shaved face lately. I hope you like it. I usually shave once every 2 weeks. I'm going to try to shave once every couple of days for you. Keep myself fresh. You know what I mean? You can see I actually I'm actually not that bad looking, all right? Shout out to everybody here. Sol is just a cereal box manufacturer of meme coins. We're going to have to talk about Solana and what happened to do. We're not going to shy away from that. We're going to discuss it. I put out a tweet. You should read my tweet. And it's funny because I swear I'm a psychic. I talked about this yesterday before the Libra coin blew up. I was talking to Master Friend just about meme coins and how meme coins are created and the whole way. Basically my whole trading group. And I was explaining to everybody how it's an insider cesspool. All right. And because what happens is the only people trading meme coins are people that are staring at those at pumped on funds, GMGM all day long. Right. I'm just telling you, I dabble in them. I see when everyone else likes them, and I do a 1 to 2x. I did a 7x on AI. I actually tried to find some tech. See, what I do is I find tech that I like, I buy it early, and I wait for it to pump. I'm a simple guy. I don't get into insider groups. I don't follow anybody. I don't want to become I don't want to become an insider. I guess an insider. I'm an insider because I get invited to awesome events. Right? When I go places, I get VIP. That's inside. I mean, that's cool to me. People know who I am in the space. That's good enough. These people that they brag about being insiders. They brag about getting rugged on Libra because they were insiders. Anyway, I digress. I don't want to make the whole show about it, but we will talk about it. And I'm going to discuss kind of how I'm going to show you how the meme coin world works. And no one's taught me this. I've developed this idea in my mind, and I'll teach it to you. And I'll show you what happens. I'll show you what goes on. And we'll break it down together. You'll see. And then you could be the judge. It's up to you. It's information. You can tell me whether you believe it or not. I'll put out a poll after I do what I do. And you can see what's up. So we're looking for the weekly to bounce here off this falling wedge back to the upside. The biggest liquidation in history, you would assume, would not be revisited. But we had a pretty good one here, and we did get another wick. Could we get one more? You never know. But, you know, I'm hoping. I just want to see this candle close bullish engulfing. Please put this candle inside. So here we are. We had it last week, though. We did it. We were there many times. Then we lost it. We even got it back towards the end of the week, and it looked like we definitely had it. But we couldn't keep it. So what we're looking for is Sunday night. Here we are again, Tuesday, back at it again. It's like a reoccurring record that we just go around and around. We're looking for this candle to fit inside this candle when we close Sunday night. That's it. We get that. We're bullish, everybody. As corny as I am. All right, and I know I'm corny. As corny as this is, as much as I'd like to change it all for you and put it in different perspectives, this is what it is. Man, the suit is nice. I'm sorry. I keep seeing my reflection. But so, Zenga, baby, Zenga. But if we can fit this candle inside of that candle, man, we have ourselves a bit of a hope here for a move to the upside, and we could get a pump. So, semi-optimistic, I know, right? In the heat of the battle, when everyone's down and out, I always give you that glimmer of hope that just, you never know. Again, we need to get back above this POC. We need to get a move on. But so far, so good. The weekly is beginning green. You know, let's take a look at our monthly. Yeah, and our monthly started with a nasty red candle and is now kind of revisiting. So, I like huge wicks to the upside, especially on bigger time frames. And let's switch the 5-day chart. I'd like to see that flip green. That closes in 2 days and 9 hours. And the 3-day, which closes tonight. I'd really like to see this close green. It would be awesome. So can we get a close tonight? Really, a daily close above 97.5, which would put the 3-day above 97.5 too as well. So I'm looking for a close above 97,500 for Bitcoin today on the daily and the 3-day chart. So tonight when I do my update, I'm going to be looking for this very, very closely. This is what I'm going to see. If this closes red, I'll take it because 1, 2, 3 wicks in a row, and it is a higher low, but I'd like to get a little more out of that, you know. So we'll see. If that daily, imagine if we close above this open tonight in 9 hours, it would be awesome. Absolutely. And then here we are on the daily. Can the daily finally get the move? Can it finally say enough is enough? Does it have enough bearish liquidity? Like, dude, you've gotten enough people to go short now. You got this bear up here at 101,000. You got so much liquidity up there. But you know what's interesting? They didn't really build. I don't see enough stop losses yet. I just don't. Now you got a big red at 95 and big red at 101. And you think we might even go sideways till tomorrow, till the regular markets open. I have seen Bitcoin do crazy moves, though, when traditional markets are closed. You know, today, the traditional markets are closed. They are not open today. So we're going to struggle. There's not going to be a lot of liquidity. Expect low volume. If you go to the beach today, if you take your kids to a park, if you leave the markets completely, if you do yard work, I would not blame you. Today is a great day to leave the market. You know, I don't leave the market. It's just not what I do. I'm addicted every single day for years on end. Because every once in a while, there's one day where I find the biggest opportunity of my life. And I never know when that day is going to come. It could be today. I'm open-minded to believe that I am the opportunity and that anything that could happen to me is huge. So I'm always waiting, and I'm expecting huge opportunity to come into my life. Something big is going to happen to me soon. Someone's going to call me and put me in a TV show. Something big is going to happen. They're going to say, hey, man, we saw you go 1,500 days, and we want to bring you in. We like what you're doing. Here's a contract. What do you think? I'm telling you right now, it's only a matter of time. Something's going to happen. I believe it. I'm going to die with that belief. I believe something big will happen to me. You have to believe something big is going to happen to you. What's the point? That is opportunity, creating it out of your mind, pushing it into manifestation until it's real. So the daily looks interesting to me. Our stochastics RSI, though, they took a little bearish cross but flattened out. The MACD looks beautiful, right? Below the equator the MACD looks gorgeous on the daily. Gorgeous for a move on the daily. I personally am in a long with a stop loss below this wick. And we'll see where it goes. How could they liquidate more people again? And again, this thing has been sideways 5 days straight. They haven't taken out the stop losses below the wick at 93.8. I'm willing to take the shot. You know, it's up to you. Here's the trade. Your stop loss right below this wick. Right? Come get me. I'm sick. I can't take it anymore. You know what I mean? Come get me or flatten these shorts, one or the other. They might come get us and then rip it back up again and get all the liquidity. So who knows? Today is Tuesday, but it's I figured it would trade more like a Monday, but then with the markets closed. Oh, wait. Today is Monday. Sorry. Today's Monday. Tuesday will close like a Tuesday should trade like a Monday tomorrow, but we'll see. It's going to throw off the entire market. So I'm looking for a move to the upside. I showed you it on the daily time frame. You could screenshot it. I didn't delete it because I'm hiding it. You can screenshot it, write it down, go back a couple frames back, hold it, and say, hey, this is the man's trade. Hold me to it, see if it plays out. So I told you I'm bearish when we're below the TRDAE on the 22-hour time frame, but we're hugging this higher low. We're hugging this higher low, and there's just that possibility that we're going to get that move to the upside. This could end up being a shoulder, some type of head and a right shoulder that could break us on out to the upside. I know a little bit of foresight there, but we'll see. And then can't you see? I mean, that looks somewhat like a double bottom to me on the 12-hour time frame. You tell me. I mean, it's. I'll get rid of the moving averages for a split second. It'd be 1, 2, almost a triple bottom, eh? 1, 2, like it's like 1, and that's almost an inverted head and shoulder. And as we keep moving then to the 8-hour time frame, moving average is getting very tight. And I keep seeing this. I can't stop seeing this Adam and Eve double bottom. I just can't. And these things break out 90% of the time. So it's telling me 90% of the time, Bitcoin's going to go back up to 104.9. But you know, I expected it to do it here. I expected to do it here. Now I'm expecting to do it here. They're just toying with me on this pattern. But just like, remember when I stuck to the diamond and the diamond broke out? Even though it didn't look likely and we made it through? Trust me, man, TA is not easy. Most people are going to fall off. When this plays out, the people watching me are going to fly back into the trading group. They're going to be like, dang, why did I leave the trading group? Every time we get a mass liquidation, people get pissed. Of course, there's a disruption. Those same fickle, emotional people run right back into any trading group they left when they see that the things I said play out again. Trust me, everyone, we were at 15, 16K. I called the bottom. People, then we had a little bit of a dip, and a bunch of people left the group and said, oh, this guy's a lot. This guy sucks. People, laughed at me. Then I bought a whole Bitcoin at 19K. They laughed at me again, right? Then I called 25K as the bottom when we crossed the 200 man the 5-day, and they laughed at me again. Then everyone said it was a bear flag, and that was the end, and we were going lower, and I told everyone that was the beginning of the bull market, and we were ripping. They laughed at me again. All those people, a lot of those people that laughed at me ended up in the trading group. They ended up becoming some of my best students. They've written me letters. I watched you and didn't believe in you. I watched you and thought you were full of it. I heard your voice in your suits and thought you were just another one of those YouTube KOLs. Then I saw you call it day in and day out, and now I'll never leave your group. I get messages like that all the time. I'm telling you right now, people are laughing at me right now. They're saying he's been calling them, he said long, and again, I've been saying, hey, we could go either way this whole time. I don't know where we're going to go. But I'm finally saying, hey, I'm calling long here at this present moment, and if they take me out again, they take me out. And they probably will, man. I'm so sick of it. I am so sick of it. It's been insane. And I still know that anything is possible, and we're on the cusp of either a massive dump or a massive pump. But I mean, look how oversold we are on the 4-hour time frame with a higher low. Well, look, they just pumped and dumped us again. Oh my gosh. They just pumped us to 97 and dumped it all the way back down to 96. So I've never seen so many mini pump and dumps in my life. That's why, look, I'm not trading. I don't have a trade open in the smaller time frame right now. Today should act like a false move Monday, and look, it did. They already false move Monday did. They pumped and dumped it already this morning. So let me see what's happening now. So all I got for you right now is the Adam and Eve and the falling wedge. That's it, right? And now let's see what we're doing. I mean, this is just weird. I got to tell you, man, this looked like an Adam and Eve to me last night. That was going to break down. This was an Adam and Eve right there. You see it? And that did end up breaking down and hitting the measured move. Then we got a bounce. And now look, now we look bearish. Funny. That's why every time I open my mouth, I'm like, well, I don't know what's going to happen. They got me at the edge. I mean, look, this is a rounded top right there. It's almost an inverted cup and handle, right? Like, that's your cup. And then you got a handle like this, you know. A cup and handle, I mean, there's your cup. You would take that wick to the wick, and that's, you know, that's where you would dump. So that inverted cup and handle suggests that we dump to the downside, just like a cup and handle breaks to the upside. You see that? And below the 200 MA on the 1 hour makes me bearish. And see how we hit the 200 MA on the 1 hour? That's where I would be definitely taking profits, especially on a Monday. So if you were in this trade or you took any type of scalp and you didn't get out right there, you don't know how to read the 200 MA. You don't know what you're doing. I'm going to teach you. All right, your fibs won't get you there. You won't see this. You'll be trying to catch another higher fib level. Again, if you're a support and resistance trader, you might have just sold resistance. You could see there was clearly a high volume node here and there was a lot of chop. So that might have taken care of you as well. But wow, look, they went straight up, straight down. I tell you what, this has been the most treacherous trading I've ever seen. And for my students' sake and for people that I know and love, like my students are people I know and love. Like if you've joined my trading group, it means that you've watched me, you've read my frequency, and you believe in me, right? It's my business, and my business supports me and my family, my life. So, I mean, you're a blessed person. You support my business. So I love you internally. Like the second you join my group, I'm like, wow, somebody cares about what I'm doing and wants to learn from me, right? So all I want to do is help you. I don't want to hurt you in any way. So if the market doesn't look good, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do could be taken as financial advice, but I will say, hey, it's probably not worth trading, or today is a tough day, or if anything, a short is in order now, right? So if I were to, you know, the responsible move now is to keep a stop above the 200 MA on the 1 hour and possibly keep a short open. I wouldn't trade it at all, honestly. I would just let the dust settle today and see where the daily closes. More sideways price action for Bitcoin. I will tell you, though, when you can't get above a key area, like you can't get above 96, 97. So the bigger time frame, like the daily looks bullish to me. It looks like it could reverse, right? Your MACD, everything looks like we could get a reversal. You know, you got this, you know, but the smaller time frames do look bearish. They don't look good. You know, specifically losing the 1 hour 200 MA, not a good sign. So again, if I had to call a probability, it would be to short the 1 hour time frame with a stop loss above the 200 MA. Am I going to do that? I'm still so stubborn about shorting Bitcoin. I just keep buying. I just keep buying the you know, the pullbacks. Like I think 65 to 90K is a great area to buy BTC. That's how I look at it long term. I say in 5 to 10 years, I'll be very proud of myself for buying in that zone if we do go there. So I've completely just kind of changed my mindset to accumulating BTC, just like I did in the bear market. And everything else is on hold until I see Bitcoin show signs of support. If Bitcoin could show signs of support, I'll switch my strategy to DCAing into maybe a few altcoins, or not, you know, or just, you know, getting back into altcoin focus, and then swing trading altcoins and just, you know, not accumulate. And once Bitcoin goes back above, you know, basically 100K, I'm not going to be accumulating that much anymore. So I'm going to buy as much as I can below 100,000, below 98,000, because that's what it is. You see? Yeah, so already look, that short played out a little bit there. Let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so just in the last couple minutes, the shorts did bounce down, and even the 15-minute also got rejected by the 200 MA. Selling the 200 MA is so key, specifically on a crazy, treacherous Monday morning, right? I just wish I had been in the trade to execute it, but wish it woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's all good. I'll do it many, many other times. So look, getting above the 5-minute 200 MA there too was a pump. And so when I started my morning update, I talked about this being a flag that could break out. I said, you know, this is a model of mine. I said I wouldn't be surprised. And then as I did the update, I came back and it had pumped literally during the update. Like the update, I maybe started it here. The update was 8 minutes long or something. And this candle was pumping. It was pretty interesting. And look, there's an Adam and Eve double top. You see it? And we'll have the semicircle with the boom. And they've been using this pattern over and over again recently, more than I've ever seen it being used. Just almost like abusing it to the point of no return. And normally, you'll just see the length of it's just very similar to the head and shoulder. It's almost like half a head, and you'll just take that length, and that's kind of what you're going to do. See that? And you dump right down. This is Trading 101. You'll start seeing this stuff if you stick with me and you're consistent every single day. Days like today, you don't need to trade every day. Some day, look, what I just did was a plus. Just being able to let your subconscious mind take in patterns will come back and help you. It'll haunt you in the end, but it will be a good haunting. You want to haunt your brain with patterns. You know, I spent the 40 minutes working out this morning and listening to Jim Rohn. And man, thank God I did. He talked about my subconscious mind, and I teach my students this all the time. Look at this bear flag dumping down to 95.9 here. And then the closest red is right there at 95,000, 94.8. So it does, BOOKMAP suggests we're going to dump. So I start the stream being like, hey, I see bullishness. But then look, I mean, we got when you're below the 1 minute TRDAE, look, that's my signal to short right there. So my signal to long is when we get above the 200. Boom. Execute when we hit the TRDAE, you're out. And then you could have shorted this double top. Didn't look too good, right? But anyway, whatever's. And then it made a bear flag below the TRDAE. But the second that candle closed, you can put a stop above here and then ride the short down. Using the 1 minute TRDAE is a beautiful way to trade, but it takes like a couple years, I think, to really get accustomed to it. It's not going to happen overnight. You got to demo trade it for one or 2 months, put in 100 to 200 trades on it, get used to it, and then you got to trade it for 5 to 6 months. With smaller amounts, get used to it, and then you can up the ante, and then after a year or two of knowing it, you'll be able to really harness it. Don't think anything's going to be easy, and don't think anything's going to be fast. The second you tell yourself it's going to be fast and easy, you're going to get frustrated when it isn't, and then you're going to get pissed off. And you don't need that. Tell yourself it's going to take time, but it's going to be rewarding. And tell yourself it's going to take focus and discipline. The reason why that's great is because once you accomplish this task, what is it going to do? Well, it's going to establish your focus and discipline for the rest of your life and every other task. See, the key is you're a human being here establishing yourself and your character, right? This is you. Now you have all these other tasks that you could partake in throughout the world. Let's just put boxes in them. Like say one guy could be, a construction worker. One guy could be a trader, and tasks teach you something about yourself. And with each task and accomplishment, you get to take something that you keep forever. And I believe trading, man, brings so much about your emotions and who you are. Discipline, goals, manifestation, believing in yourself. Nobody can pull the trigger but you, right? It's all on you. You can't blame the goalie like in hockey. You know what I mean? It's not 5 people on the team. You can't blame the quarterback for throwing an interception when you're the wide receiver. You can't blame the wide receiver for not catching the ball when you're the quarterback. You're every player on the field. In trading, you're it all. And I'm not downplaying everything else. I think my dad was an iron worker. He literally climbed up iron. They put a 3-story net. But when he was like 50 stories high, he was 3 stories above the net. But he was hundreds of feet high in the war. And what an iron worker did is, just to explain to you really quick, and I know you don't care. Nobody cares. I know. But he sat and he would basically walk on the beam. There's 4 columns, right, in a building, and they have to connect the beams like a grid. How do those beams get connected? They have holes here. Well, the crane comes in and lowers the beam, and there's literally a man who's like standing on one of the beams, and he holds the crane, and there's another guy on this, and they level off the beam together. They're called connectors. You need 2 connectors to hang the beam. If wind comes, I've seen dudes get hit by the beam, my dad said, and knocked off the iron, and then you're hanging in what they call the pit. And my dad was called a connector. Not everyone gets to be a connector. You got to know what you're doing. You got to be fast. People have to trust you. You earn your spot. Everyone wants to be a connector. It's kind of like the quarterback. And, and basically you and another guy just keep going up and shimmying as the crane keeps, and you might have 2 connectors here. Connectors in either, you know what I mean? Anyway, my dad was an iron worker. An iron worker is not a construction worker. They will get, it's not even close. Local 40 NYC. Shout out to Patrick Bateman. We got a Local 40 member here. God bless you, my friend. And if you email my wife, I'd love to give you a discount for whatever you want, 6 months, a year. Just let me know. In memory of my father, I'd like to give you a Jimmy Price Ironworker discount. So please email me at cryptolifers@gmail so we can do that. May God bless you. I have so much respect for the ironworkers. You know what I mean? They risk their lives every day. Very, very high up. I have respect for everybody. Don't get me wrong. Paramedics, policemen, everybody out there. So much respect. But look, I mean, this bear flag looks like we're going further down. There's a bit of bullish divvy that could try to catch us up here. They're attempting to hold us down with the bullish divergence, but, doesn't look amazing to me. I do see liquidity down to 95,900. All right. Yeah, shout out to everybody here on the live. May God bless you all. And may God bless all the iron workers out there that risk their lives to build the buildings. Think about it. If your dad was a lawyer, if your dad was an accountant, if your dad was a doctor, they worked in a building. Somebody put that building up. An iron worker was out there in the freezing cold putting the structural steel together of that building. Most of them. Some of them are concrete now, but I've, poured concrete. I see, which is crazy when I see them pouring concrete hundreds of feet in the air. It's insane, but yeah, an iron worker put together every building in which you are, so they built the cities, they built the lives we live in. Your profession takes place in the buildings my dad built, man. He built the IBM building, my dad, in New York City. Little nice bullish divvy. It does say that we could get a bounce here. Even my indicators got some strong bullish divergence, and so do I, just off the top of my head. My head can see it, my mind. I want you to become the indicator. What do I mean by bullish divergence? Well, the 1 minute RSI is swinging to the upside while the price is swinging down. I don't buy it. It looks like the flag is going to continue down the measured move. Yeah, even the 30-second looks pretty bleak. And look how the 5-second when you lose the 200 MA. And that's a beautiful trade to the downside there. Trading the 5-second 200 MA, I mean, right? One day, I'm just going to sit on the 5-second all day. I always say it. The 1 minute's good enough, though. I mean, look at that. It closed right there. You open up the trade with the stop, and boom. Take profits already and walk away for the day. We're seeing if this divergence can hold us down on the 1 minute, or we're going to get more dumpage here for Bitcoin. Looks like a pretty strong divergence. If the divergence rolls over, we're headed back to 95,891. Right? Sammy is the 1 minute man. Sam is the 5 seconds. Oh! Sammy is opening up about the follower. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. I don't see negative energy anymore. I only see positive light. That's it. I've been through the bearish markets, the hardest times, the toughest times. We doubled our trading group in the most bearish times when most people just couldn't handle it. So this is like a walk in the park for me. The mental training and the mental fortitude I've cultivated, I know is now unstoppable. And this is what I'm trying to teach you. This is why I worked out today. This is why I had you listen to Jim Rohn. If you listen to Jim Rohn to me, he revealed so much that was absolutely unbelievable today. He talked about a giant ship. A ship is so big and it's moving through the ocean. And if you move the ship just a one trajectory away, like, here's the ship, right? It's faced this way. Let's just say this is the ship. Sorry, bad bit. You're on top of it. You're looking at an aerial version, and the ship is moving this way in the ocean. And if you just move the ship in this direction slightly, right, and change its trajectory, even if you just moved it this way, right, it's going to end up over here instead of over here. And so what Jim Rohn was telling me is if you can make one slight change in your life, one slight mental change, positive change, then you can change the whole trajectory of your life. And so small changes can change the trajectory of your life. So look, this looks like it's going to continue to dump down to 95,900 for Bitcoin. BOOKMAP's got the red liquidity right there saying, yeah, let's break it down, 95K. They're even saying we go lower to 95,000. The divergence not holding us down. Just not strong enough. And it did look like that bear flag was going to continue to the downside just because that had such a nice measured move. You know, that's just a beautiful measured move. And a lot of times I see the flags hit their measured move. They just love to. You flip this upside down, similar idea. You know, we've seen these monster pumps out the flag. And again, it was a false move Monday, just like it was supposed to be low liquidity. But again, my signal, losing the Tutoring on the 1 minute time frame, opening up a short, and you're in the money. It's absolute insanity how beautiful that works over and over and over again. Being a good trader means you switch with the chart 100%. I could be bullish in a second, and then like what I've seen us bounce here, make a flag, and like watch. This could have bounced here, made an inverted head and shoulder. I could have called long and made a long, but there was no reason to because. And look at that liquidation. They just monstered it up all the way down to 95.7. And we, you know, so there you have it. And again, if you watch my channel, I am bearish when the 1 minute loses the 200. I've never been bullish. Has anyone ever seen me call a long when the 1 minute loses the 200? Like on my life, like, you know. So you could see whatever you want about my channel. You go back, man, this guy trades the 1 minute 200. He calls longs when we cross it. He calls shorts when we lose it. And this is what he does. He says it almost every single day, time and time again. So I don't care if I was talking tongues out my face. Like, say I was possessed and I was talking tongues. And I was like, blah, 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 blah. He'd be like, Sam says below the 200 MA, no go, right? And honestly, we almost need the 30-second here because this is obliteration. This is a nasty, nasty, nasty dump for BTC. Look at this thing. I mean, good money for those shorts. If you paid attention, there's good money out here. I want to teach my students there's money every day. There's students in my group right now that shorted that Tutor domain, and they're in the money heavy. And so I know there's people making gains. I give enough knowledge that every day someone's making money in the trading group, and that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of having a good system. I'm not sitting here saying, hey, let's go long right now, right? I didn't open up a long in the trading group. I didn't send a long. I got along on the daily, so what? And again, it's still open. We'll see what happens. They didn't liquidate us lower. This could just be a low volume, la-di-da. At the end of the day, we might end up high. They could just rip this thing all the way back up again. Now you have a pretty, Nah, you don't even have divergence anymore. It's just a mess. And here now, I'm just attempting to stop the bleeding with each and every one of you. We're attempting to show you where price action is going to stop dumping. After the psycho, there are many. Yeah. I lost $78. Nothing crazy. No worries. It's okay. Losing is great, everybody. Losing is awesome. Like, I don't think people realize, like, every time I lost, it hurt. I had to go back to the drawing board. I had to ask myself what I was doing, and I had to really focus on my discipline. If I kept winning, I never would have learned a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, you know, I was thinking the other day, like, you put a new wide receiver in the NFL, and how does he gain confidence? He has to actually go out onto the field and catch a couple balls. He doesn't know he's amazing or he's going to do amazing in the NFL yet until he starts to do it. So you have to take action to learn. If you're afraid to open a demo trade, if you're afraid to learn, then you're never going to become that receiver that catches the first pass. You got to catch the first couple passes. Then you gain what's called momentum and confidence. Next thing you know, 5 years from now, that guy's one of the best receivers in the NFL, right? Because he gained, but it didn't start like that. He cultivated that behavior. Trading is very similar. You have to start cultivating your behavior. You have to cultivate success. It's not going to happen overnight. There's no way. Maybe 10 years ago, I would have gotten liquidated and chased nonsense, but I know days when I should trade light, days when I should sit tight, and days when I should be going hard. You guys say, well, haven't you live traded, Sammy? And not a lot, because the live trading is, we're in chop for 2 weeks straight, everybody. I can see when there's the best opportunity and when there isn't. Doesn't mean I'm going to be I'm very selective of my trading the last few weeks. If people don't like it, they want me to just post, pound. trade. And I know it looks better when I'm trading. It's hotter when I'm trading. I like to make you all guys gains live. The trading group is hot. But right now we're in some treachery, some sketchy waters and some sideways price action, and it's not amazing. I'm just being honest with each and every one of you. It is not amazing. You're seeing the reality of trade life. Like some days you go hard, some days you pull back, some days you sit on your hands, some days you protect the purse. If you've already made boatloads, then you don't go hard when the market sucks. Let's be honest. When the market's not of an I say it so much more elegantly. When the market's not opportune, you want to be in the most opportune times. You don't want to be in when there's lack of liquidity. I did say, hey, shorting the market with the stop loss below that 1 hour TRDAE would be a good look, and you're in the money right now. You were in the money. That entry was at 95,600. Hold on, 96.6. So you're in the money by almost $700 right now. We had a nasty dump since I put out the short. I said, what you're supposed to do right now is open up a short with a stop on top of the TRDAE. I said, that is the probability. That's what you're supposed to do. From my years of teaching, that's what you're supposed to do. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I can tell you what the probabilities tell you will happen. You can go from there. You can call me names. You can say I was wrong. You can say whatever you want. All I'm going to do is tell you what's likely going to happen every single time. And if it happens, it happens. So now you got to look at this. And this is why I'm on the 30-second chart. You really can't see the price action any other way here. Almost making a bear flag here. And that puppy could continue to the downside too as well. Huh. Let me see. I like to look at it differently too. See if I can see anything new. I mean, honestly, that to me has this whole Adam and Eve vibe to it. We may be in for a nasty shakeout liquidation. Everyone wants me to tell them that every time it looks like we've bottomed. I got to tell you, man, every day it's been a broken record here on my channel, and I wish I could change it for you. That's an Adam and Eve double bottom, double top. Heavy resistance at 98.5. And it looked this morning like, I'm overly optimistic, everybody. I got to be honest with you. I have bullish bias. I want it to be more bullish. Let's be honest. I hold Bitcoin long term. I've been buying it. So how the heck am I going to be bearish bias? I still am able to switch and short the market, but it goes against my, long-term thesis for BTC. So it's tough. And I'm going to admit that. You need to admit your biases. Once you admit your biases, I can short the market. See, if I don't admit my bias, then I'm going to long too many times. You've got to say, hey, you know what? Sometimes I'm a little more bullishly biased or bearishly biased. Right? Yeah. It's a holiday. Crypto was fine before ETFs, though. Sam, at what price point do we say it's a bear market? I mean, Bitcoin can't be in a bear market until... I don't think Bitcoin's in a bear market. It's just not. But the altcoins, some altcoins are approaching bear market territory. When you're below the daily TRDAE for about, I'd say 3 weeks, that's the beginning of a bear market. Bitcoin is nowhere near the daily TRDAE. So Bitcoin is not in a bear market. I clearly, you'd have to lose the TRDAE. This is an uptrend. You have a low, you have a high, you have a low, you have a high, you have a low, you have a high. You'd have to take out these lows at 55,000. I clearly stated that we're not in a bear market. No way. But let's take a look at something like let's take a look at Rune. This is below the daily TRDAE. That's a bear. To me, that's a bear market. And then if you go to the 2-day, yeah, and when you're below the 3-day TRDAE, you're in a bear market. This coin is in a bear market. That's how the bear market begins. So Rune is in a bear market. That's the thing, man. This market's, there's coins doing all different things. Look, the total market cap of all cryptocurrencies, not in a bear market. Well above the 3-day 200 MA, right? Well above the daily 200 MA. We bounce there, so you're not in a bear market unless you lose this 200 MA on the daily time frame. So I don't know. People are getting a little overly bearish when there's no bearish signals. You can only be bearish when you see a bearish signal. Now, yes, we could get major pullbacks. We could get flush outs, and again, if we end up losing this 200 MA and drop, and could you say this could be the beginning of the bear market? It could be. That's what's got everyone on edge right now. We don't have an answer to whether we could still get a major drop or not. And we don't have an answer to whether we're going to get a pump or not. And nobody has the answer. And people are coming to me for the answer. And I keep telling you, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I am able to react and figure out, like if we had gotten above this 200 MA earlier today and then made a flag, I would have longed. And I would have been able to make some gains on it because there was a likelihood that would. But again, what I can tell you is where to long this morning, like when we crossed the 1 minute, and where to get out. Get out when we hit the 200 MA. I can show you how to execute. Like today, I taught my students, and everyone can learn how to execute a trade. But look at that. That's a liquidation. I mean, when you get a 1 hour, look at that. The 1 hour, that's insane. And I'm telling you, that looks like the Adam and Eve is going to start dumping a mass liquidation at 92.4. This is looking like we're going down to 95 and then to 94,000. That looks pretty bearish to me. And I opened up the stream. I said the daily looks good. It did. I figured we just go a little sideways. Man, but what I think and believe doesn't matter. What the charts are saying is what matters. The charts aren't looking bullish. And that's why I'm back on that 1 minute time frame. And you can see, that's letting go again. It's attempting another bullish div slightly. They're just not strong. And BOOKMAP's got that liquidity 94.8 now. And you knew they were going to move the market in a sketchy way today, up or down, because there was low volume in the rest of the world. So with markets closed and Bitcoin the only game to play, it's going to be treachery. Now you're looking for the inverted head and shoulder to break you back out. You'd be like, damn, man, this guy's crazy. Yes, I'm open-minded because you know what? They could pump it. They could dump it. We don't know what they're going to do, everybody. Even in the next hour, we don't know what they're going to do. We can find out the patterns that they put it in and then play a probability. That's it. This may be confusing to the beginner. This may not be what you want to hear. But 10 years from now, you're going to be like, man, this man taught me how to trade. This man showed me the way. Crypto Lifer never lied to me. He showed me the way. He said, hey, this is how it is. This is what we have to do to get through. I got to tell you, it looks like we're going to go lower, man. And altcoins are getting absolutely clobbered. Like they're dead. They're dead. They are dead. A lot of them are dead. I'm being honest. Like there's like 5 altcoins I would DCA into. Everything else, I would just sit on my hands because if Bitcoin keeps melting, the altcoins are going to melt. Look, there's a bullish divvy there that you got to get a bounce here and make some type of inverted head and shoulder. The 1 minute is where you finally stop the bleeding. Usually when you're far away from the 200 MA, the 21 gets pulled. Very similar if we're in a pump, you get bearish div, the 21's away. This could be our daily bottom here. This could be our daily bottom here at 95.5. They love this area. They love this range. It's messy though. Be careful. Crypto feels sometimes like, honestly, it's been more money at the times at downside. Well, yeah, exactly. Somebody says, my alts are holding support. Let's take a look at some altcoins in the market and see what's happening. I still like Hyperliquid. Ondo's okay, but it got clobbered a little bit already too. Remember, Xterio, I kept talking about that, and it actually finally got a little bit of a move today, up 16% with a very small market cap. I'd take a look at that. We talked about that for weeks now. It's finally kind of out. might be something to think about. My Shell, official Trump, still holding 17, which is interesting. And look, these are the most searched coins in the last 7 days. Xterio, Solaire, Ethena, ZK Sync. Mantra keeps holding its own. We gave you the Mantra trade. That thing's at least something to write home about. Solana, 180. Clink Finance, Story Protocol, Barachain, NodePay, Solaire, B3 Fund, man, up 7.7%. Remember, we talked about B3 just the other day. I went over it on my, to the trading group. I said, hey, I'm looking at this thing. Let's take a look at B3 and see what happened for a split second. So this thing ran up. Did we look at it Tuesday, February 11th? No, I must have looked at it somewhere here, right? Ran up, went sideways. What's up, cutie pie? I love you. I love you, sweetie. B3. Hold on, I had a chart on it. Let me just take a look. First, when I was in the trading group, I saw it. I was always looking for something new that might have sparked, some market fun. And again, we got to talk about kind of what happened to, which we will discuss. I think you need to know. I think it's important, whether it seems like drama or nonsense. And I usually don't get in with the drama, but I just want to talk about kind of what's happening. Yeah, I saw this coin at 1.3, so it was at like 1.3. So it was up here when I looked at it. So it has since dumped. I haven't made any trade in it or looked at it. I guess it made a little bit of a move. Again, it will probably be susceptible to the market's whims right now, since it's so new. It all depends on if Bitcoin and actually can stop clobbering us and we can get a bounce here. If we can get a bounce, shoulder, inverted head and shoulder, get back into the good graces, get back to 96.6. Look, a good bullish divvy there too. That could be our daily bottom. There's a chance. There's a chance, everybody, that we stop the bleeding here. A lot of people like my channel because they come here to we stop the bleeding. They want to know when the market is going to stop dumping, and I'm able to kind of figure it out on a smaller time frame, and you guys can eventually otherwise they're watching 7 minutes, 15 minute with a red candle, and they're just freaking out. They don't know what's up, or they see the reversal and they're not sure what's happening. Are we reversing all the way back up? This could be a beautiful V-shaped recovery, everybody, and just a false move Monday type of slam, and we're very oversold in the 7 minute time frame. We did get a bullish divvy there finally. You're looking for some type of right shoulder now. See how we made this left shoulder? You're looking for a right shoulder that could break us out. You're looking for the 1 minute to get back above the 200 MA, and boom. You're going through these gaps in the VRVP back into the good graces. Could almost be looked at like an Adam and Eve double bottom too. Is look, right? Thoughts on Crow? I get my pay in 2 weeks. Sideways. Now there are people buying a pre-list for one. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Ethereum is going Joe again. What does Joe mean? I hope Joe's good, man. Let's take a look at Ethereum, and we'll be focusing on ETH a little more than we have. So we looked for this Adam and Eve double bottom. It got extended just like Bitcoin, but this is the most powerful bottoming out pattern that I've ever seen. 90% of the time, you're going to get a pump. You hear me? 90% of the time, you're going to get a pump of at least 40%. Look how that perfect measured move, which is this wick to that low wick there, lines up with if you go through the gap and hit the top of the node at 3,293. This says enough is enough. All coins are about to bounce back to the upside here. Now, either that or it's basically we're going into some serious black swan event, and Ethereum dumps to 1,900. Bitcoin dumps too, and the whole market takes a beat down. I'm open-minded. Anything is possible. This has a 90% accuracy. I'm trusting in it, but I trust it here. I trust it there. I trust it there. And they keep toying with me. They're making people lose faith in me. If this breaks out in the next few days, my faith will be restored. People will say, man, the crypto lifer was the man. He called the Adam and Eve. I knew his TA was spot on. If this falls off, it's like, man, the last bit of hopium was just collapsed. So there's still a chance. There's still a chance. But again, it's chopped just like Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the weekly. I mean, it looks like Solana. They almost look the chart looks very similar to Solana's chart. and it's sticking on a higher low. The weirdest thing about it is it's kind of showing there just has to be a super cycle. And ETH would take a while, like August of 2026 or October, to get to 7,000. I mean, look how long it took to consolidate. It took from March of 2024. It took almost a year just to move here. So how's it going to just all of a sudden take 6 months to just go like this, you know? I mean, maybe, but it doesn't make sense. Let's collapse it the tightest we can collapse it. And honestly, I can't get it that much tighter because of the trend line. You got to trust the trend line. So I don't know. It doesn't look amazing. And ETH moves slow. Like, look how, you know, you could say, no, it's going to move like it moved in the last rally, which is straight up. Even if it moves that fast, you're talking March of 2026 instead of, you know what I mean? Even if it goes on a tear, or maybe it goes all the way up here, September of 2025, we get a pull to 65 and a massive dump back down and a pump back up. I mean, it's done it before. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't do that. Like, oh, that has to be true. But it just says, hey, 6,500 by September of 2025. You just got to be realistic of how long it'll take to get the money in there. And the charts give you a good of an example. Big love, Sam. Keep being real and educating YouTube crypto scene, brother. They need you now more than ever. Yo, this space is getting filled with horrible... Even the people that claim to be nice and want to be nice, they're just... No, man. No. No. Anyway, I love everybody, but like this whole Libra thing. Insiders knew it was coming out. They bought in early. And then when it got completely smashed, that guy Hayden was giving people back money. Like Hayden, the guy, I don't know, he had something, he said he doesn't know how to snipe, but he helps develop, I don't know exactly. But he gives $5 million back to Dave Portnoy. And I watched this in a CoffeeZilla and Voidzilla where he interviews him. And he says, yeah, and even Dave Portnoy admits this. He says, yeah, I got $5 million back. I put $5 million in, I got clobbered. So these people could take huge bets on these little coins, and then when they lose, they get paid their money back. This is what we found out about the meme coin game. And so when interviewed, you know what the guy said? He said, and I know this is real, so I'm going to teach you something right now. And this is going to be my meme coin segment. And everybody needs to hear this. Do not turn away. I know we're not going over all coins, but if you turn away right now, you're going to lose the biggest information because people are getting wrecked because they don't understand this. So let me explain what's going on here. Please hit the like button so more people can see this. Please, everybody, get the like to 1,000 likes. This is going to be the most important thing I've said probably in 2025. I'm serious. In the entire time I've been live. Like, I'll bring the music down. We should clip this out. Okay. How does Apple stock... When Apple first came out, how did people know about it? Well, there was this rumor that a guy had started a computer company, right? It started doing well. And then people said, hey, there's this new company coming out. Before, there was people, computer nerds and people that were really researching up-and-coming companies, and they knew, hey, this might be coming out. This is going to be a big deal, right? And just bear with me. I'm going to teach you something so big right here. I'm going to take your mind through an evolution. So people were speculating on Apple, and then there was news, and then someone who owned some newspaper, who like owned some finance news at the time, said new up-and-coming company may IPO. Keep it on your radar, right? So they started putting press out to the world first, and then at IPO, people knew, they bought in. The point is, if the press didn't write about Apple, no matter how good the company it was, if it didn't have a marketing tactic, nobody would have known anything about Apple. Agreed? So word of mouth creates a stock pump. Yes or no? Word of mouth, and not just word of mouth, but marketing creates a stock pump. Yes or no? Yes or no? No matter how amazing the company is. Now, every once in a while, there's an organic tech that change, and it's an organic tech, and even the organic tech, if there's two companies and they both have similar technology, one has more marketing, what stock does better? More than likely, the company if they have the exact same technology, you know what I mean? But one doesn't put enough into marketing, what stock does better? The company that markets the company, right? Let's just be honest. The company that more people can hear about, Palantir, right? It gets on the tip of your tongue and it goes on. So I don't care who you are or what you are or how great your company is or what you're doing. Every single element of any market has something to do with a social frenzy, with a first come serve basis. If you get if you know about what's going to happen a little early. Now, I'm lucky. I speculate without being an insider. I learned about the marijuana industry, and I found out that they were going to legalize marijuana probably. It seemed pretty like it was coming. I didn't know anyone in the government. Nobody told me there was a bill coming out. What I did is I bought into marijuana companies, $4,000 here, $5,000 here, and a couple of them hit pretty good. One of them hit really well, Canopy Grow Corp. And it did well for me, and it changed my life, right? So I speculated, and I wasn't an insider. I didn't know. So boom. I realized that without being an insider, just by being by hyper intelligent, by staying diligent, and by believing in myself and believing in opportunity, that I could keep finding these types of opportunities in my life. So there I am, still looking. And I see a guy in the street and he shows me, I think he has a Bitcoin shirt on, and he shows me coin market cap in 2016, early. He shows me coin market cap. He teaches me about altcoins, and I learn about Ethereum at $9, and then it goes to $89, and I didn't buy it, and I was so pissed at myself. I said, man, I just saw this thing 10x, and I've been speculating and looking for all these opportunities, and there was a 10x that just went through my fingertips, and I beat myself up for weeks for not buying Ethereum at $9. Again, I didn't know what I was doing. I just met the guy in the street. Why was I beating myself up? It would have been a highly speculative. Had I bought it for $9 and it went to $1, I would have beat myself up and said, why did I buy something that guy told me about on the street? Hindsight 2020. Now, bear with me. This is going to be awesome as I bring this in. So I understand how markets begin, how they evolve. And I've watched market. I knew Litecoin at $5. I knew when Coinbase only had 2 coins. I watched when Litecoin got launched on Coinbase. I've been in crypto for 9 years, everybody. I was trading on Bittrex, little altcoins. Before I even bought Bitcoin, I was trading these tiny little altcoins on Bittrex. Marijuana coins, because they were going to get it, and they were Canacoin, PEAQ. There was all these coins that were bringing you into the industry. They were tying it in together, right? So boom. So marijuana speculating brought me into cryptocurrency, because once I learned about the marijuana stocks, I found these marijuana coins that the dispensaries were going to use. I started trading altcoins on Bittrex, and you see, so my investing brought me in. I was also researching inflation. Now, anyway. So as we understand now, no matter how, so everyone has these, I'm a stockbroker, blah, blah, blah. I don't care what your stock is. I don't care what it is. Basically, in a way, I'm trying to say that almost anything is a meme in a way. Not, and again, they're not, right? Apple has utility. Apple will be there. People will buy it because they believe the company will produce. They're not going to buy it because everyone else is buying it. But there are speculative people that will just trade Apple because you believe in Apple, not because they believe in Apple. I consider myself a speculative trader. 80% of my investments, I strictly almost don't believe in anymore. I believe in them because you believe in them. Now, 20% of my investments, I really firmly believe in. Bitcoin, I don't speculate on. I believe that it's got good tech. You can memorize your seed phrase and go anywhere in the world with millions of dollars. You could do so many different things with Bitcoin, right? And so because of that, it just boggles my mind that people don't see the intrinsic value with Bitcoin. Now, bringing this back in, so now that you understand this concept, that no matter how great your company is, no matter how good your utility is, you need it to be marketed. This now makes sense why meme coins do better than utility coins at times of frenzy, because retail comes in with their money. They want to buy. All they have to do is download a wallet on their phone. They don't have to do any research. They don't have to research. They don't have to watch anybody. They don't have to know anything. They don't have to do any discipline. It takes discipline to research a company and find out more. It takes discipline to speculate on an industry before everybody got into it. That's not easy, right? That takes discipline. So meme coins come out, and these people just jump into them, and they market better. They're on Twitter better. They tell people better. They have, they get cult followings quicker, and they take over the space. And so this cycle, you saw this happen a lot. And now I'm going to break down how the meme coin game works. All right, in case you didn't know. So someone comes up with an idea for a meme coin. Now, let's say Peanut's a really good example. Peanut the squirrel, all right? That night, someone sees it. Maybe they even created bots to scan the market and create the meme coin. Someone probably did that. So they can make it faster than you could think about it because they're bot scanning the market and creating the coin because they figured out how to create these APIs and they've done it. So there's a person out there that already has this all figured out. They're 10 steps ahead of you. They know how to create follow wallets. They have 5 or 10 friends that have 5 or 10 friends. They create underground discords. They have Twitter followers and Twitter people. Some of them have 200,000 followers. And then they connect to some young guy who says, oh, I'm going to help you. I do the space, you know. And anyway, so a wallet, so the coin comes out. And they all know about it before any of you. Okay? And then they spread it to a bunch of people. Now, they always have one influencer who has a follow wallet because they know everyone follows his wallet. Now, he knows this. And what he does is he puts an allocation in another wallet no one knows about. And then he puts like, you know, maybe a third of that or a little in this wallet so everyone can track it. And once he buys this follow wallet, he dang well knows that every one of his followers is going to buy it because they're following the wallet. Now there's influencers who tell everyone they're really good at this game. And they're not inside the insiders, but they have enough of a following. 15,000 followers on YouTube or stuff like that. And they're little kids. Like that guy with the lift who created that whole, I'm a meme coin millionaire. And so what they do is they follow all these wallets, and they created APIs, and they're pretty smart kids that have basically programmed bots to search all the market and find this follow wallet. Now, they don't really understand this whole scheme, and some of them do and some of them don't. But what they do is once they grab the follow wallet, they send that. And they said, we know where the influencers are. I only buy influencer wallets, and they get their whole team to get in. Now, you're in tier 1 got in, tier 2, tier 3. At this point, these people still make pretty good. These people can still turn 3 SOL into 50 SOL, 30 SOL. Like this tier is, so they still feel like they're quote unquote insiders, but what they are, all they are is their little liquidity to get the beginning insiders to mass. And now it gets to tier 4 where it's like, you know, yet another Discord guy who just takes this guy's information. He doesn't do his, you know, he's not as smart as this guy. He doesn't have the programs. He doesn't API, but he knows this guy's smart and he watches him, doesn't tell anyone and steals that information and sells it to these kids in tier 4. They create more liquidity. And then it gets to guys like me who just search the internet and I'm just looking to 3 or 4x a couple coins, right? I'm not trying to be one of these freaking freaks. I don't want to scan markets all day and I don't want to look at everybody's, you know, I don't want to do and run APIs and scan it and run meme coin like schools. And I think it's trash. Like I don't want to get people into this. I don't want to use more tech to do this. I think this is where this isn't good for the market. And so, and I still made a 7x on Ava AI. I didn't have to be an insider. Again, I didn't 100x. I didn't, you know, I still made 60 grand on Trump overnight in a couple days. You know what I mean? In 36 hours. Like I didn't make $1 million like a lot of people. I didn't make 10 mil, you know, I didn't scan the market and, you know, but again, everyone that bragged to you and said they did make tons of money, they were one of these people, man. And they could say they were smart and they could say they figured it out, but they were just someone who got inside, man. And so, and it's player versus player and it's dog eat dog. Okay. So what they're doing is they're creating false volume to create the intention of a pump. And so a guy created a peanut coin. Now what they do is they do it inside the cloak of a coin that actually has social interaction. So they find this peanut coin and they do it. So me and you think, so before you knew all this, you're like, oh no, Peanut organically grew because Peanut, you know, I can't believe what the government did to Peanut and how dare they? And, you know, so Peanut explodes. And you think it exploded organically and meme coins can really make you rich if we can just get behind a meme coin and go all the way to the moon. And again, maybe 1 out of 5,000 meme coins does it. Like Turbo had a little special thing to it. There's a couple organic meme coins in and out that every once in a while gain some traction. But even those coins are only gaining traction at one point. Like even Turbo. Like even Turbo was sniped at one point. Look at this beautiful coin. That should be, you know, that was created by beautiful people with a beautiful idea. And I won't even mention it, but it just, this is what happens. And I can explain this to you. And I hope everyone's getting an education right now. If you're not one of those people creating the wallets, faking the whole idea and figuring it out, you should not be playing meme coins every single day. You should get the hell away from it. You should be DCAing. In my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, but DCAing into Bitcoin. 10 years from now, Bitcoin will go to $500,000, $1 million, and people are going to lose all their money in these trash meme coins. Now, it doesn't mean I don't speculate. In 2-3 weeks from now, if the market revisits, there's going to be some meme coins. I'll throw in and out, and I'll get in and out of these things. But I'm not going to be sitting there all day long studying everybody's wallets. And if I do that, I'll have some young kid do it. We'll figure out a way, and I'll run like a side. But it's so I get it. I know what's going on. And right now, someone's making a school right now. They're going to call it altcoin, whatever, altcoin school, whatever the heck they're going to call it, right? And they're going to sell you down the river. And they're going to tell you, they're going to file the wallets. This is how you do it. We're going to teach you how to snipe. If you're going to be in this market, you got to learn how to snipe. And they're going to tell all the new people that this is the new way to make gains. And this is the new way to do it. And I'm telling you, it's going to be trash. Trash. And all they're doing is selling you a school so they can bank in on the exchange of attention. This is the attention economy right now. They have your attention. You're going after something. They're going to middleman you while you're waiting to do it. They're going to middleman you on your way to losing money, too, on top of that. All right? So I'm sorry. This is what it's come down to. And I said this yesterday before the whole Libra thing went down. I talked about it and I went over this and I said, be careful. And that's why even if I created the most beautiful meme coin, it had the greatest idea and it was super organic. If the snipers get a hold of it, they will snipe it to zero. They will hedge fund in and out of it. Every time it goes up a little bit, they'll get in quicker than you. They'll get in, create a pump, sell the top, get in, sell the pump. All right? And they'll continue to do this over and over again. Over and over again. All right? So, again, there are some utility. Like, VADER has utility. It eventually will. But look, I mean, if Bitcoin doesn't show signs of life, then the innovative, smaller altcoin space will be smothered. Understand? It will be smothered. So, again, last thing I want to say about this, and then I'm going to move on. So remember, it's all about these follow wallets, and then the wallets move out, and then you can and look at a bubble map at any of these coins. Like, go to Token Sniffer, go to Libra Coin, right? And what was Libra Coin? Just so you know, if anyone doesn't know, it was created by, apparently it was supposed to be for Argentina or whatever, right? And it got rugged, man. It went all the way to like some $1 billion market cap, and all these insiders were told they were going to get in, and they knew about it. And they figured because it was the president of blah, 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 there was no way they could lose. And so they all got in. Look at it's actually pumping now, which is kind of crazy. Is this the right Libra? Twitter probably deleted it. I mean, I don't even know if it's real anymore. Yeah, look, this page doesn't exist, right? Yeah. If it's a real Libra, I was like, the Twitter's deleted. And look, someone just bought 17 grand of this. This is insane. Like, someone bought 41,000 of it right now. So for whatever reason, people were thinking this thing's going to pump back to the upside. So now insiders are being told it's going to pump again. This is crazy, right? Look at 4,000, 2,000, 18,000. Like, the amount of incompetent money that flows into this. And watch, that guy might turn that 18,000 into 36,000. You almost need the 1 second chart on these coins. Like, anyway, the point is this. What I want you to do is go here, and then you can go to Token Sniffer, and you can paste the token address in there. I think you need to do ETH, yeah. So here, we'll do anti-rug agent and put the address in here. So I just want you guys to understand what's happening in the meme coin space. If you're going to say, I enter it dang well knowing all this. See, I trade memes dang well knowing all this. And I speculate on the idea. Now Brett was different. Brett was a bigger coin, $300 million market cap. The idea that it was going to represent base and get big and people would get into it. And there was still that idea that you could speculate on a meme. That's starting to change. We can see that it's starting to change. And it's starting to change pretty rapidly as well. I just like seeing the bubble map on this one too. But mint is locked. 10 holders own 94%. Highest holder owns 50%, right? Project is only 2 days old. Like, come on, man. Right? Like, right there. Would you want to be in something? If I was trade, that's like, do you want to go play poker where there's one guy that holds 94% of the coins and you have to play against him? He has 94% of the chips. And you're going to go play against him. Does that make any sense to you at all? Right? No. Bitcoin looking bearish, everybody. The flag just getting more sideways, not really getting us out of the love here. So I didn't mean to take the music down. I think the music's important. Oh, I like that track a lot. Let me bring it back. So, yeah. And the sad part that so many people are participating in it, and it's becoming like the entire space. I'm literally starting to pray that something changes in the crypto space, because it's not the space that You know, I'm a Cardano guy, man. I'm a worker guy. I'm a utility guy. Like, come on now. That looks like we could be going to 94,500. I mean, that's a dump. Look at it. That's a descending triangle. That looks like a dump to me. So likely. If that doesn't dump, I'd be very surprised. It basically looks like a head and shoulder descending triangle. And you know what? Despite it all, I still have faith because I know there's people like me in crypto that believe in crypto, that will build. I know there's people like Charles Hoskinson that create amazing things. I know that there's absolute ingenuity and innovative, intellectual, innovative. Like, you know, there's so many people that are beautiful in the space that could change the world. I know that. I've met them. I've seen it. I've been a part of it. I'm here to be a voice of reason here for the rest of the space. Where we don't, you know, the other day, like I watched a young kid who's doing interviews and he gets all these good interviews, Open Seed, Raw Paul, and then he says the F word like every 2 minutes in the interview. And I'm just like, man, that's not, and I know we can be real and cool, but like, and I'm not saying fine, and I'm not with it at all. I'm not with it at all, but a couple F-bombs, fine. I'm not with it at all, but a couple, fine. But like 5 or 6 in 2 minutes, man, while you're interviewing a real project, like, that's just not, like, it's time to get serious. Anyway, who cares? It is what it is, but it just, man, what's happening to the space, right? So this take profit would be at 94,915, and the stop loss would be at 95,805. I risk 177. 173 for 309. It shifted on me already. I'd almost bring the stop loss lower now. 95,739. I take that trade, man. That looks like it's going to dump for sure. So you do whatever makes you happy, but I've never seen a more apparent dump in my life. So I'm taking it. It tells me that, hey, I'll hand you money for lunch today if you just have the guts to open the trade. So I did. We'll see what happens. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, but that just looks like a beautiful short. I've longed that many times just like that, right? The ascending triangle to the upside. So you've seen me trade that exact trade. And again, it could dump. I've seen them dump. It is an ascending triangle. It could go either way, but the odds are that's going to just, you know, fire off to the downside. The only F words I say is friends, family, faith, and forget about it. I love that, man. I love that. Check Solana and Andy Rugg and see the score. I know, right? That's funny. And again, I'm not risking a lot, like 170 for 300. You know, you saw that, right? So if I lose, I lose. Don't overtrade Mondays. This pattern I've seen dump so many times in my life. If it doesn't dump, so be it. All right. Oh, well. Can you talk about Gigas Maximus? No, I will not. Yeah. Well, God bless you, brother. Thank you for the $50 super chat. Sammy Cup and Handy from Player Cypher throwing it down. Always somebody giving me hope and amazingness no matter what's happening, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much for jumping on in. And shout out to everybody here on the live. If you love your life, if you love the stream, may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate everybody for being here and just being awesome. And thank you for everyone that hit that like button. Hit that like button. Send so much back my way. I'd greatly appreciate it. And look at this. They're going to pump it and kick me right out. When it rains, it pours, man. Bring the pain, man. Let me lose in front of everybody. I love it. Let me lose. When I lose, I win, man. So come on. I'm not afraid. That's the one thing I'm not, is afraid. I'm not afraid. Let me lose in front of everybody. I'll learn something, right? Maybe you guys will learn something from my loss. Right? I can sacrifice myself for others. I can see Chihuahua with sombrero card telling me, adios, you're funny. You already won, Sebi. Shout out to Tony Rosas. God bless you, man. Thank you. Yeah. Someone said that's an excellent trade. We definitely get a dump and stay down sideways for at least 6 months unless Bitcoin reserve happens. Never scared, baby. Yeah, and then the DXY is tanking too as well, which you'd think would give us a bit of a pump for BTC. Let's take a look at what's happening to the DXY. Like, what is that? What was I drawing? And, you know, that's why I bought real estate. I felt like the real estate market is bottomed and the DXY is going to continue to dump. And look, we got the dump of the DXY today, but it does look like it might get a little bounce. Even if it's on its way down, it might bounce up here, see, and then continue down. But yeah, the DXY does look like it's in a downtrend. All right. I mean, now look at my indicator's got a strong bullish divergence telling me that we should bounce now. See it? That thing is ripping now. It's like, hey, man. And the RSI finally bounced. Or are they just trying to trick us? They bounce us. How is it not drawn, though? How did I lose the drawing? That's weird, right? Oh, there. I was like about to say, like, I guess if you don't draw and then, yeah, you don't reverse back. Dang, man, they're going to get me that fast? Dang, Mondays. That's why I usually don't trade Mondays until 6 p.m., right? See, every time I break my rules, I pay for it. Every single time. But man, that was a descending triangle. It looked absolute dumpy. So 90% of the time I win that trade, so be it. Can't stand losing my trades though. 88 bucks. Hey, it's not over yet, right? It's not over yet. But then again, descending triangle pumped a few days ago. You should look at the liquidation map for Bitcoin futures. No, we're right. No, there's liquidations below me, my friend. Yeah. You know, we usually go and liquidate 95 and 94. So I don't know if you know, so I don't know. Again, we'll see. But that tells me we're going to go right down to 95,000. I will win this trade. So I'll look at it, sweet. I need the bounce to continue. Yeah, a lot of trades were in that flag on the 4-hour time frame. Let's take a look at it. I looked at it last night. We posted a bunch of different trades. So let's kind of see what happened compared to what we were looking at. Like XLM, right? We saw this flag on XLM. How did it do? What happened to XLM? That's why I love going live every single day and coming back right to what we talked about before and just revisiting exactly what we went over. So no love. We didn't get the love. It got a nasty dump. Why didn't it keep my... Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so we didn't get the pump. I mean, everything kind of dwindled. Looked so bullish last night. Things looked like interestingly... Hey, it's previous supportive resistance now. It loses that. It's like, whoa. Look at the stochastics. They want to rip. Lack of bearish momentum. It looks beautiful. Cup and handle. Man, it's painting a picture for a pump. I've seen that pump so many times. They're toying with us at this point. And look at that, baby. Look at that thing. And look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Dump it. Does Sammy win the trade? Looks like he very well may now. And that's why you can't be scared. You was scared. No, you was scared over here. I win 90% of the trades I trade in front of people, so let's see. I'd be so blessed to win this trade the way I'm supposed to. Let's see if it can happen, though. Toying with us right now. Back up 12 beans. We'll turn a green into a red into a green, baby. Who's on the trade? Who's on the short with me? Who's on the long? Who's counter trading me? Put a 444 if you're counter trading. Put a 333 if you're in the trade with me. On this low volume President's Day, George Washington's birthday. It's funny. I thought they all called it. I thought it was always called President's Day. And I feel like, are we in, the Mandela effect? I never remember it called George Washington's birthday. Like, I just don't remember that. But I guess it was. I just thought it was always called President's Day. You know? You know what happens to people that counter trade me, right? What happens to people that counter trade the lifer? Do you know? Anybody know? Anyone know the answer to that? What happens to people that counter trade the lifer on the live? Anybody? Anybody out there? Somebody said they get wrecked. Shout out to Busta Crypto. They disappear into the abyss. FAFO, man. Yo, I only been doing this for a long time. You know how many times I've risked it for the biscuit? Come on, man. I do this in my sleep, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Look at that thing. Shadow Realm, baby. Counter trade. I love you, man. Keep coming. Keep doing it. They buy fart coin. You funny, man. Rickety wrecked. And I'm taking a huge risk trading right here today in front of each and every one of you in these tough times, but I'm showing you that we could be mentally stable no matter what. Look, that's a head and shoulder pattern. Like, let's get honest with ourselves. So when we remove the emotions, we're able to see things for exactly what they are, right? And we can see the logic. Have you ever seen a guy that's in love with a girl that doesn't love him, and everybody can tell that she's about to drop him like a bad habit, and he's so in love? And no one else can see that she don't love him but him? That's like when you think the charts are going some way, but they're not. But you can't see it. Everyone else can see the head and shoulder, but you keep longing. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's a really good example to traders that don't know, that are trading with it, because you're trading with emotions. Right? The hips don't lie. I know, right? That's what happens. And again, I could easily lose this trade too. I don't like to run my mouth. Anything could happen. I'm a humble trader. It's low volume. This could just dwindle around. I would love to see it bounce. All right. Bad and proud doing well in the green for now. No, man. I don't know what he said there, but hopefully you're all right. My favorite song I play it every morning now. Go for a swim. Amen. Super chat, Sweet Crow and Dash. The past 2 days I've been trading Bitcoin just to realize the 1 second charts and how she really does work. You taught me a lot in the past few months. Amen. Shout out to Matthew Scott. Can you please look at the Ohm trade? You said you would talk about it earlier. Thank you. I will. Let's take a look at Ohm. The Ohm trade, Mantra DAO here. And I only see it on CoinEx. They got futures on it. I would have sworn it was on MEXC though, but they got futures on MEXC. I can't seem to see the, yeah, I look at it on CoinEx just because that's where I've been looking at it. So yeah, still made a flag away from the 21-day moving average on the daily. You know, every time that happens, if you know me, you know you're going to gap a little bit. The target says you're going to $9. It's been ripping. But you're pretty overbought on the bigger time frames, even the 2-day chart. I mean, you've been on some crazy move despite the rest of the market, which is pretty odd. You know, like, what is going on with this coin? That's, you know. So, you know, you can trade this flag on the 4-hour, but you got to know that the daily is getting pretty extended. So, like, the really smart humble trader sells this after being in down here and moves on. The risky trader stays in. And the very risky trader trades this flag dang well knowing that there could be a dump because the daily is a little hot. But if we get to here, you're definitely out at 980. Hey, it's touching the 21. It's got low stochastics in a flag. There is a chance this thing continues to pump. And it's been on its own little moves. But you just have to know that, all right. How much of a drop from the all-time high would you officially call it a bear market for Bitcoin? It wouldn't have nothing to do with the numbers. It has everything to do with this, with the moving averages and the, yeah, I wouldn't care. The number has nothing to do with me. Like, look, I can teach you when a coin breaks out, pumps, consolidates, pumps, consolidates, pumps. This is Bitcoin right now. It's here consolidating. If it breaks down and loses this previous low and it kind of breaks up, it usually makes a head and shoulder pattern. And then its measured move takes it back down to the beginning of the market. This is where somewhere here it'll lose the 200 MA on the daily and start to dump. So I don't really care the price of a coin. To me, it's more about if it changes the trend and if it loses the 200 MA on the daily and the bigger time frames. All right. It doesn't matter what the coin is. Every coin does this. Look, I can show you. You be like, no, look, Tesla, I trade Tesla just like I trade Bitcoin. Identical. I do nothing different. Tesla looks like it did a little flag to bounce off the 200. But if you go back to this area here, look. You know, I like to trade the daily. This song's horrible. Get this trash out of here. I don't listen to anything like that. I listen to like good bait, like I listen to good house that just, you know. So look, I look for this every time I trade. And this is why I teach class. I teach class the last Saturday of every single month. If you want to jump on into class, I will be teaching it this Saturday. So the class will be this Saturday, 2/22, I believe. Is that the date? Yes, it is. And yeah, we have the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st. Yeah, so tomorrow, 18th, the 19th, 20th, 21st. Yeah, on the 22nd will be Saturday. I will teach class on a Saturday. I could take the day off. I do not. I teach live class for 3 hours, and I do the live stream early at 8. I work for like 5 hours straight on Saturday mornings. Hit the QR code or the link below. Find out more about my life revision trading course. People are charging $2,000 to $3,000 for stuff like that. I do it live, give you a PowerPoint, give you homework, teach you what to do. And then if you stick with my trading group and you keep posting charts, I mean, within a year or two, you're going to be awesome. You know, my trading group will survive regardless if the market dumps or pumps. I'm here to teach, and we can use the market as our basically our treadmill to run on. And I can teach you shorting, longing. We can go through it all. So look, tight moving averages with the measured move to the upside. Boom. Same scenario there. Tight moving averages. All right, and then I trade the measured move. It's just the same stuff. And then when the moving averages get far apart, like this is your rising wedge that broke up parabolically, and the measured move was the length of the previous pole. You know, then you had bearish div, the 21's away from the 200. Then you get tight moving averages again, and then you go to the base of the pole again. I mean, this stuff is just simple stuff. Like it happens on every asset in the world. Bitcoin, gold, Forex, you name it. The Japanese yen, the USD. We looked at that recently too. Didn't I call like a bottom on that? It looked like we were trying to bottom on that Adam and Eve. See, we went sideways. So look, we dumped and made a stronger divergence. And now we're bearishly retesting the bottom of the ascending triangle, you see? So I was actually in the money. I don't know how much I was in the money, but I was. Look at the treachery today. I may just call it there a break even. That's pretty good divergence there. That could save the day. I got to see the RSI a little clearer here with no gibberish. I mean, the RSI now has a nice uptrend. And you got this beautiful downtrend. See, I'm bullish on the bigger time frames. I just want the daily to stop playing games, man. I mean, I'm bullish on the bigger time frames. I just want the smaller time frames to stop playing games. Sorry. I mean, now you got that falling wedge, but it's kind of a bear flag too. Good divergence though. Suggests you can get the bounce now. I'll stay short and get stopped out. I'll stick to my first trade. You know, like you hit the circle and when you're in the test and then you erase it. I'm going to stick to my first thing and go from there. All right. And I'm just going to stay strong. And there you have it. So Sammy's hit a short. I'm sticking short. If you want to follow me, find out more about what I'm doing. Look at my posts, what I talk about. You know, I break down some things. I try to be pretty honest in the space and talk about what I'm seeing. And, you know, I made a pretty poignant post here, too, about kind of what was happening. Yeah, Flawless Gardens. That's pretty cool, man. This guy says, you think you're an oracle, pride is bad, God works through you, to claim it as your own is disobedience. I 100% believe that. I never said I owned it. I said God does work through me. See, he judged me immediately. It's so weird. Love you, Sammy and friends. Shout out to members only, man. God bless you, brother. Jesse, my man. Panhead Jesse over here. So funny. You think you're an oracle, pride is bad. See, you know what I learned is, man, you could be the nicest guy on social media, online. Someone's going to write a hateful statement to you, Literally, like Jamie said, like I basically put a memory out for my dead father, and someone said something nasty. You know, my parents died, my heart's been ripped out, and people will still step on it and smush it. You know, they don't care. Nobody cares out here, baby, about your feelings. Nobody cares. It's crazy, but it's true. Once I realized nobody cared, I was free. And Jim Rohn talks about being free. When nobody cares, you can do anything you want. And it doesn't mean you disrespect people. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, like today, I worked out this morning. Did anybody care? I'm just saying, did anybody in the world give a damn that I worked out this morning? I mean, maybe my wife, I guess, because she wants me to stay in shape. But like, let's be honest, nobody cares, man. I cared that I worked out, though. You know, so it's about you. And I don't want to say me so much, but it's about you. You got to care. And so once you realize that you care, no, and I know the lifers care about me. I don't want to denounce my community. You got the lifers, women and men in my trading group. You guys are amazing. You guys message me, you DM me in hard times. You're there for me. I'm telling you right now, you make these dumps go by swimmingly well. And you make all these ups and downs amazing. But like what Jim Rohn told me is like, if nobody truly cares whether you succeed or not, my whole point is, if 5 years from now the crypto lifer disappears into nothingness, everyone's going to go on with their life, man. I'm being honest. Like, you're going to get married, you're going to have your kids, you're going to go to the beach with your kids. It's just, you're going to move on like it never, you know. Now, I pray to God that doesn't happen, and every day I'm going to, you know, be a brand that never disappears for life. But the whole point is, if you care what everyone else thinks about you, you might be in fear of doing things, right? Because you're worried what people will think about you. All right. Sorry, not letting you disappear. That option is no longer open. Thank you, Jamie. Sam, don't forget to pick up your dry cleaning at the end of the week. You know, I still forgot my dry cleaning. Even guys, you reminded me, I'll get it today. I still forgot it. I didn't get it. It's 25 shirts and a pair of pants and some shorts. I'll film it today when I go get it. Look, Sammy's going to win this cascation. You know, up 4% already in the trade. Let's see what happens. Look, they bearishly retested the bottom of the descending triangle. That was just a bearish retest, man. That's where you double down. And let's see, though. They're attempting to extend the divergence, but I see liquidations, my friends. And I'm gonna basically trust BOOKMAP too. It's got the red liquidation right there below me. Basically pretty at my target 94.9. So I got BOOKMAP in my favor. We'll see what happens. We are in the money on the short, up 3.7%. I told you I'm the king at 3%. It's a $52,000 short. It's not light, right? It's 2,600 in at 20x leverage. Like, I mean, to some people they laugh at it, but to me, I mean, that ain't bad. 50 grand trade. It looks like we're going to go further to the downside. And finally, you know, feeling like my usual self again, doing the daily scalp. I'm glad I took the trade. It's canceling out my two swing trades that are red right now. Shout out to Bubba Flash. God bless you. Hey, don't be glad until it makes it, though. Everyone always likes to count the chickens before they hatch. Let's see if we can get out of this one. Trade the water is fire. Shout out to Peter Echo. We love you, man. Luke for the UK cares, my friend. God bless you. Bitcoin is going to get the people's elbow. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Whatever that means. I got my stop loss in the green, he says, so at least I'm in the money. Yeah, I could do that too, I guess. And now I can't lose like there. Boom. Look, I can't lose the trade now, everybody. Now you can't call me a loser no matter what I do. I have to be able to, I will win this trade. I have my stop loss above my entry. You see that? We are in the money. We are in the money, folks. Another divergence. It keeps defying divergence, which usually means you're going to continue to dump. Send it to the downside, baby. Send it to the downside. Measured move of these. Very simple. You'll look at it like a bear flag. You'll take this, and this will just continue down. And this will take you down here. 94,600 is the measured move of this. I'll probably get clipped on the way. Maybe I'll move it down and move my stop loss into break even. I mean, into more profit. We'll see. Well, March, April, May, they get out of school and basically February to March, March to just 3 months. School is done here in Florida. It's crazy. They're already 2/3 through school. Unbelievable. That's what the beauty of starting August 15th is, right? You get that early start. I didn't like it at first, but now you're like, you can see the end of school pretty soon. Now, that's a strong bullish divvy, I'm telling you. Like, I was confused that it didn't bounce here and here. I thought I would have got stopped out by now. I am flabbergasted. They'll probably hit it right here and then dump it. Hey, you know what? I love when I get stopped out of break even and they continue the trade. Why? Every trade that I don't lose in, I consider a win. I took a shot. If you can take 10 shots, lose no money, and then win one, I mean, that's awesome. Like, you risk nothing to make gains. So I love taking a shot when I can. That's a very strong divergence. You would expect that to bounce, man. And this whole market could finally, this could be the last, is this the last, I keep saying that. Everyone keeps saying, is this the last shakeout? Is this the last shakeout? It's getting sickening to hear, right? Is this the last shakeout? The cool thing is that the 5-minute gets above the 200 MA, I'll trade long later on today. So I stay away from this now. I used to trade this reversal, but if it gets above, I trade the flag that comes out of that. That's where I'm going to go in. Probably 5, 6, 7 o'clock tonight. It could take some time, you know. It's a second to last shakeout. Yeah, every time. They're controlling this market more than ever. Vetted crypto since 2012. Never seen this kind of manipulation 100%. Me neither. I saw it beginning a little bit. I remember like seeing little influences of how the leverage market started to change. Because my subconscious mind was picking up on things that I could tell weren't the same as they used to be. And I was like, wait, that's not the same. Wow, pretty close to break even there. Or pretty close to stopping me out at break even now. $41, should I just take it? I'll move my stop loss into a little more profit. Just a tad. Cover the fees. And where am I trading, everybody? I'm trading on MEXC. If you want to trade on MEXC, link right here in the description. Okay, do not trade leverage if you don't know what you're doing, please. Trade at least a demo account where they give you fake money for about a couple months to get the gist of it, understand what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, then don't do it. I made a lot of money trading spot, DCAing into coins, and not trading leverage at all. So leverage is not needed. You don't have to force it. It's a tool that can be added once you have better understanding of technical analysis. Please don't run into leverage thinking it's going to be your answer. For most people, it gets them wrecked and they lose a lot of money. So trade it lightly, be careful, highly responsible. Always have a stop loss like me if you're going to, you know, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, and don't do what you see people do on YouTube. All right. Get an education, learn from me, watch what's going on here, learn how the markets react each day, understand how liquidity works, get yourself an education. I've been doing this since I was 22 years old. I'm 42. I'll be 40. Am I 40? Am I really 40? Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought I was 41. I thought I was 40 years old and I'm turning 41. And I just came to the realization that I turned 42. I'm 8 years from 50. I'm an old bird, man. Like, what happened to me? I was 28 years old. I was vibing. I was going to become a multimillionaire. I was this young buck that was going to change my life. Now I'm an old man in a suit. What the hell happened to me? And, you know, at least I'm a dad with 3 beautiful girls, and that gives me light, love, and happiness that I'm going to be there for my kids as I get older. Unbelievable. Shout out to the 2,100 beautiful souls here on the live. 836 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it as we battle this short. I hope you're in the money at least. We're up $72. I might just take it. Dang. They're trying to make us an inverted head and shoulder here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder to reverse the price back to the upside of this low volume. Market closed Monday. Like and subscribe. Let's go. Shout out to Sean Plays and everybody here. Please subscribe to the channel on our way to 100,000 subscribers and more. And I can only get there if each and every one of you helps me get there. That's the only way. $100 in super chats. You people are absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for the awesome support and the love, man. I can feel it every single day I come to this channel. That's why I show up on time. On time. So yeah, things aren't looking amazing. And right now, Bitcoin looks like it's taken a bit of a further move to the downside right now. And I'm staying short. We got our stop loss at break even, and we're continuing to do our thing here. 11:56. Wow, the stream is flying by. I had no idea. I thought it was like 10:30, man. I can't believe it. Look, we have 90,837 subscribers. Let me teach you about perseverance. If you look at this on Lifetime, you can see that it took me 2 years just to gain 225 subscribers. Crazy, right? Because I started in September of 2019. And a year, fine, in a year. But wow, like, look at that. Like, doing it for a year and a half and just still just whatever, you know, and then slowly but surely, and the market did pick up, but bang, and then here we are. So help us get to 100,000 subs. It's going to be the biggest thing that ever happened to me in my life, man. It's the biggest goal I've set. I've been going after it every single day without a day off since I set the goal, and I know it's possible. I know it's achievable, and I just can't wait to get there. So help me every single day. We can do this. God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in. All right. Subscribe, please subscribe. Every single subscriber helps me in my journey to my goal, and I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. I can't subscribe to my own channel. Only one time. I can do it one time, I believe, and that's it. So, and this Bitcoin dump should take about all the altcoins down too. Everything should dump again. So if you're seeing Bitcoin lose it, look for more altcoins to dump as well. All right. He said, bet the house, going all in. The bottom is in. Crypto BZ, man. I remember you joined the group, man. We got you in there. Yeah. Swee, Crow, and Dash. Wow, someone's asking about Dash? That's a bit odd. A coin from like way back in the day. Looks like Jupe is going to dump on the US dollar. I mean, the Jupe USD. I wanted Japanese yen. JPY USD, right? That looked like it had bottomed. Or was attempting to bottom. Yeah, like in Forex. Yeah, you're getting above the 200 MA on that daily. That looks like you may get a bullish move there. Anyway, just, you know, that's Forex trading right there. Let's take a look at Dash. Dash was an old privacy coin from back in the day. Haven't looked at it in a long, long time. I don't know why someone's even bringing it up. It's at the bottom at 26 bucks. The thing was $1,200 at one point. I don't know. I don't think I'd ever trade this coin again, look at it or talk about it. If it gets back above the 200 MA, good for you. And it may get to $71. And it is at the bottom. I wouldn't touch it. Yep. Crazy. Someone said PEAQ is dumping hard. Oh, wow. PEAQ is just done. I never bought any PEAQ. And it's funny, when PEAQ was here, I was FOMOing for it. I'm always glad I never chased things, because look at that. All the way back to where it began again. Man, anything that got a fake run up, people just ran into. Wow. 1,500 at one point. I made a boatload on it. I just see candles, and candles tell me if they're going down, and that works 95% for me. Hey, yeah, candles pretty much show a pretty good idea of what's happening. I basically use candles with you, man. I mean, you can see, look, that we got a bearish engulfing candle right there, which tells us we should go lower, right? You can put this green candle inside that one. You can put this one inside there. That's another bearish engulfing candle. So reading the candles, yes, amen. And then if you get a candle to close below these two candles, you've made a lower low, which tells me your next move is a lower high. You should continue further to the downside. And then descending triangles, you keep making them. They have a 90% dump rate. So whenever I see them, I short, and it usually plays out for me. And so far it is. And you can see we're in protection now. Stop loss above the entry. Hey, we may be able to ride this all the way down to 93,000. We never know. We'll see. Dash looks absolutely horrible. Somebody asked about Dash. We had a few super chats in here. Crow, Swee, Crow, and Dash. Let's take a look at Swee. Yeah, so I started the stream like the daily looking somewhat bullish. The weekly looking like we could get somewhat of a reversal, possibly. I like Swee here in the 4 hour. Like, it looked like Swee could break out of this 4 hour flag. You see? I don't know why it's up like that. Like something like this. And, you know, I'm in a little swing trade for Swee. If the market bounces, if not, it's going to take it down. Kind of sad to see everything just roll over. Like, not a lot of love. So brutally, mentally, this is one of the most brutally, it's weird. Thank God I own Bitcoin, because if I didn't, but I feel everyone's paying, and I did put a boatload of money into altcoins. And you seeing it dwindling when you think it would be a few million, and now it's only like, half of what I put in. You start being like, dang, like, what's going on here? So thank the Lord that I stayed in BTC for my family's sake and my sake, honestly, long term, and that I was buying a lot of Bitcoin, remember? And I did it in front of each and every one of you guys, and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm so sorry. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, look at what I did. But I have a really good trader instinct, and it told me not to DCA into altcoins as hard as I traded DCA'd into Bitcoin. It told me that Bitcoin was the one, and I kept seeing the ETFs, Larry Fink, and my mind just kept being like, dude, stick to the big boy. Like, stick to the big boy. This is what they're going. And we already 7X. I mean, almost... We're still up from $19,000 Bitcoin. Remember that? Pretty amazing. So, SWE is at a cup and handle, and it's a great project with it's one of the fastest money movers in the world. Like, it can move money faster than anything. Financially, it's amazing. Like, the thing should be putting MoneyGram out of business right now. Really, if the regulations were correct, it would be all around the world. You'd be moving your money with SWE in 2 seconds. Why are people still going to MoneyGram and spending money when you can use, the world payment system? They make so much money off the poorest people in the world. People with no bank accounts, they have to use money and send money with Western Union and all this nonsense with these like check. I've used Western Union, I think, like once or twice in my whole life. Like once to help out a friend or something, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I know there's people that use it all the time. They have to. It's just the way the ecosystem works, right? I've been privileged. Let's be honest. I have been privileged, right? I didn't. But they take advantage. I didn't even know, and when I went to use it, I found out how much they $3 or $4 or $5 on both sides, this and that, $8 here. Send $300, you're spending $8, $12. Like, they take so much money. It's crazy. ATMs, middlemaning, really is bankrupting the world. It's taking money that's not needed to be taken. We can just do it with blockchain with minimal fees and get it there faster, quicker, have more access 24/7. The fact that the banks close on Sunday is an insult to you. All right? I'm just saying. I like the banking system. I want to use it in the correct way, and I hope they innovate crypto in the proper systems. All right? Don't get me wrong. But it's got to be done correctly. Let's take a look at the super chats and see what people are saying here today. Seems to be a lot out there, so we got Blair Cypher. Big love, Sam. Keep being real and educating the YouTube crypto scene, brother. They need you now more than ever. Thank you. Blair Cypher, Sammy Cup and Handy. God bless. Thank you, brother. Master friend, I love you. Crypto Face, hey, buddy. Good morning. Happy Trump Day. Shout out to, what is Trump Day? But shout out to Crypto Face. God bless you, man. Thank you for the $50 super chat. A bag of lemons for you, bro. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for your daily streams and inspiration. Thank you, free. Matthew Mays, why does it make 0 weeks work for me? I live in FL. I don't know. Yeah. I shorted the 1 minute Tutoring on AVAX. Scalped, got gains. Thanks to your teachings. God bless the Illdramatics. Sammy, can you take a look at SWE, please? We did. Didn't look amazing. Thoughts on Crow? I get my pay in 2 weeks. Sideways? We'll take a look at Crow. I looked into Dash, swing trade. I don't know, man. I'd stay away from that. Big love, Sam. Keeping, being real and educating the YouTube scene, brother. They need you now more than ever. Thank you for doing that again. And Sammy Cup and Handy, Blair Cypher, I love you. Master friend, and Crypto Face in the house. God bless Crypto Face. Hope you're doing well, Crypto Face. God bless you, my friend. God bless you. Been trading the 200 maze and making the gains. Amen. Shout out to Seth Wright, who has learned my sauce and is able to circumvent the market regardless of what they're doing. Put a 333. Let me know that you're getting it in. I love it. I love it. Yeah, and I'm not that close to many people in the trading in crypto YouTube, really. I've distanced myself from a lot of crypto YouTube because I have no idea what anyone's doing anymore. Anytime I thought someone was legit or cool, I found out some things I didn't want to know about it, and I didn't say anything to anyone. I just kind of... And then I didn't collab as much. I don't mesh as much because my brand is my brand, and I want to keep it clean. I have no idea what these people are doing. I don't know who's going to have a breakdown, who's going to have, I don't know what's going to happen, honestly, around. And I just, and God bless everybody. I want everyone to do well, but I'll be honest. I keep very, I don't want to collab with every single person in the space because I don't know what everybody else is doing. Bitcoin finally attempting to get that move, but, you know, almost like a similar thing it did before. And it's tough. I mean, sideways low volume Monday. Don't expect huge moves. Again, that was the move right there, though. Shorting the 1 minute TRDAE. You're in so fat. You're in gains right now. It does tell you that's probably a good time to start taking profits. I mean, you got in, you got out. Like if we got in here, we should start taking. Yeah, it's starting to kind of round on out. I just put my stop on the wick. And I don't mind if I'll back it off a little bit. Why not? Like, what does it matter? Either break even or nothing, you know? And again, I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I wish I could tell everybody, hey, this is what's going to happen tomorrow on this time at this moment. And this is what will, you know. I can speculate pretty well, and the data helps me find out what's going to happen before it happens. And I'm able to make a trade on it, but I can't tell you every five, you know, I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. And I have no problems revealing vulnerabilities. You know, nobody is perfect. I'm not, you know, no one is all knowing. I'm a human being. Some people expect crypto YouTubers to be all knowing, omniscient, ubiquitous. Hey, Sam, can you look at Sonic, please? SS, previously Phantom. Yeah. And someone wants Crow and SD. Kronos on MEXC. You know, the thing about Kronos is it's like everything else. Will Bitcoin respect its liquidation, or is this a descending triangle? I'll tell you one thing about Kronos is it doesn't get a lot of buzz. You know, and despite how big they are, they don't market a lot. I'm not buying any Kronos anytime soon. God bless them. You know, I don't want to put them down. I don't want to put anyone down in the space. People can get pissed at you. I don't own any, and I probably never will. When it first came out, I applied for the card. I got the card. I was all excited. One of my good friends said it was a lot of fees, and every time he went in and out, and I said, I don't want to hear that. And he said, yeah, man, if I'd advise you just to stay off of it, that's not worth the rewards. And so I just never followed through with the coin. And I was going to be one of the first people that ever have a crypto.com card and all that. I was on the list, and then I got the card, you know. And I'm not a fee guy, man. You know, I went into trading BNB and decentralized and cake where the fees were little, and I was making DeFi, and I said, why the heck would I do anything else? You know, I found the best place to the least amount of fees with the best amount of returns. Like, why would I play with crypto.com? Like, it did make sense to me. Now, if you were retail and you weren't well versed in DeFi, I guess crypto.com works for you. And again, this could be the very bottom right now for the whole market, and we reverse, but it's a real project. They're docs, they're known people. Could be a great DCA. It's just not for me. All right. But I'm not saying if it's not for me, it doesn't mean it's not amazing. SUSD and SD. SUSD. I don't know what SUSD is. Just S, right? Sonic. What a corny. That's the corniest ticker I've ever seen. They're really going to go as S. I think that's horrible marketing, man. Yeah, I don't think it's a good look. I think it's pretentious. Andre Condra, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, it looks like it could continue to pump. It's in a cup and handle, and it broke out the flag above the 4-hour 200 MA. So it's bullish compared to most. And it seems like Ethereum and anything with ETH DeFi is starting to pick up. Like, you know why I knew this? Because TWT started to make a bull flag, and that I was like, huh, why is TWT making a bull flag? This could head all the way to about, I don't know, 78 cents. Honestly, if anything's hot, it looks like this could be hot. So I started off kind of smirking with it, and now I might end with this could be the one, right? Pi launching 2-2 on MEXC. Any advice? You're the man. It might pump, it might not. Just be careful. Yeah. Yeah. Super chat, SUSD and SD. I'm performing music down in Sarasota, staying in the Sunseeker in Port Charlotte. I think I'm in your neck of the woods. If there's a lifer meetup, let me know. Are you there right now? Interesting. What do they do? Market video? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I want to buy Bitcoin. Is it advisable? I mean, I don't tell you what to do with your money, man. I buy Bitcoin. You do whatever makes you happy. All right. Nice little pump off that key area. They got me stopped out of break even, which is crazy, right? After all that sideways price action. So now this is why I like having this open here. That's a very strong bullish div. Like one of the strongest I've seen. Like they just liquidated. People just kept longing. And the longs eventually will beat down the shorts if they long enough, right? Now you got this kind of falling wedge breaking back out. And so now you wait for this to break the 1 minute 200 MA. You could wait for the 30-second. So if you're bullish, you're going to do something crazy. I don't know, like this. You'll come back to the 200. You'll break above the 200 in this smooth, and then we'll make a flag. When that flag occurs, the 21 will touch. Bang. It looks like somewhere around, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock would be my next trade. Then we'd have a bit of a cup and handle, and we may reverse this whole entire thing back to the upside. Now, the entry was there, and the take profiting was during the divergences, right? I played a little late, see if I could get a move, and I was up like, I don't know, $100, but it didn't really excite me, so it was what it was. The structure for 60 to 190K, what goes up comes back down. I don't know. It'll get to the point where they can't suppress prices, and it'll rip. Exactly. Super chat, yes, exactly. Yeah. I performed at the Performance Arts Center in Northport for charity. I posted at the Sunseeker Hotel if anyone local wants to come by for a drink and talk crypto. You're at the Sunseeker Hotel in okay. I can't see them take it off without liquidating the major level at 95K. I mean, anything could happen. Now, if you're bullish, you're looking for this. You're looking for the 1 minute to make a flag, touch the 21 and break out. And you do not want to see us go back inside this trend line. You go back inside this trend line, you have to assume you could go lower now. So, hey, we may have caught that reversal. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. The daily low could be in right there. We usually do test the daily low. It's usually somewhere between 9 and 11:30. Today it might have been a little later, like 11:45 or whatever. It made a shoulder, inverted head and shoulder. It broke on out. I like it. And now look at this liquidation. And see, I didn't lose any money. I just played the game. I could have taken it. Thank you for the 99 like for likes, man. 939. Wow, that's amazing. Almost 1,000 likes today. God bless you all. That is an amazing accomplishment. Everybody, I love you. Have no fear. If we go into a multi-month bear market, we'll find a way to win. We will search. We will still win. I don't know how, but we will. Our mentality will create opportunity. The second we give up on ourselves, the world will give up on us as well. The second we believe in ourselves, everyone will believe in us. I mean, it just, right? So you got to keep mental fortitude, mental strength at all times, no matter what. And we come into this beautiful month of Ramadan headed up to, it's a great time to reflect, give thanks, and begin to build again on another journey for another year, another just amazing. And fasting is good, man. Fasting will make you look younger. If you're thinking you're looking older, if you're not, you're having some problems, do a 3-day water fast and then look in the mirror 3 days later. You'll see parts of your you'll be like, man, I look like my old self again. Be like water. I like that. Exactly. Will someone's on Sam's team reevaluate Kroos? I mean, it's one of the best projects in the game, and it's super low. I think it'll do well. It moves slow. It's got a huge market cap. And you're at the bottom of the barrel, man. Let's take a look at the weekly. Like, come on. Like, you're at the lowest place it's ever been. I mean, it's probably going to bounce. You would assume this is probably one of the best prices you can ever buy. But, you know, you're buying the bottoms. I don't know. You think it's the best project ever. I'd much rather, you know what? Instead of putting 20 grand in here, when Squee pumps, if the market pumps, and this gets above here, then I'm going to put 30 grand in Deep Book. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to trade Deep Book. Like, I'm not going to put money into Crow. I'm going to swing trade a smaller coin. Understand? Yeah. I fast every day. I stopped eating around 8 p.m. at night, 7 p.m. And I don't eat again until about 1 or 2 p.m. the next day. Like, I haven't eaten anything today. I do not eat, and I've worked out. I worked out on an empty stomach every morning. I drink water. I stay hydrated. But you also want to have some, like, lemon and some, you know, water by itself, I'm learning, isn't the best either. It just goes through you, takes your nutrients. You got to replace those nutrients. So, again, I'm not going to overpost altcoins all day long. We still have to see if Bitcoin's going to level off here. Looks like it may. Looks like we could get some love here back in action. It's all about the 200 MA on that 1 minute. We get above it, we can move. Long when price crosses above the 200 MA 1 minute chart. Short when it falls below the 1 minute chart. Crypto Lifer, please confirm. Big fan of yours. Amen. I am confirming. Drink RO water, then add in what you need. Lemon and salt is all you need. That's what I think, 100%. Yep. And then someone asked about SD. Stellar Lumens looks good. XRP looks good. Stater. Everyone's on Stater. And we talked about Stater yesterday being a little bit of a flag, right? Like it could break out. Just looks kind of weird. Like the chart's a bit odd. But anything that is ETH staking, like I'm seeing Lido Pump, I'm seeing TWT. That's Trust Wallet, right? It's ETH DeFi. Anything that's attached to ETH DeFi seem to be getting revived. So like I looked at Trust Wallet yesterday and it, you know, I don't know why it's in this little, it's in a flag of itself too. I mean, a little an uptrending flag now. But it's in a flag. It's suggesting that, hey, there could be a pump here. Trust Wallet token. And you know, just above the 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame, looks like a golden cross is occurring. So if something pumps up, it looks like ETH could pump, Trust Wallet token, all these things that kind of follow ETH, DeFi, Lido DAO, like should be in that same flag. And so what happens is you can see like an ecosystem beginning to move because you can see all the coins like it, all attached to it. LDO, right? And they'll all be doing something similar on the charts. Lido DAO is doing that right now. Also, see on the 4-hour, it's making the flag above the 200 MA. If Lido DAO gets a pump in the next couple days into tonight, I wouldn't be surprised. So you can see a lot of ETH DeFi starting to rev up for whatever reason. That would also be Renzo, right? That would be all the liquid staking, Egan layer, you think would start to kind of get revived here in Ethereum. So if that can break all the way up to 214. Yeah, exactly. I see what he's saying. If they inflate all the little mini coins, then we don't get ahead of inflation the way we were supposed to in the first place. And the 4-hour above the 200 MA is a good sign. Right? I got a typo there. I almost always typo. Please don't judge me for the typos. I move fast. I think too quick. I'd never have a chance. Sam, is Sol dumping because of what happened to Libra? Yeah, I just kind of have to talk about that a bit. I mean, people are like, yeah, because the story's floating around that Sol is like an inside job now that everybody gets hooked up on, and it's kind of hurting its reputation. Also, ETH is gaining a little more market share at the same time. Is it FUD? Is it ETH FUD? Like, you never know. Like, was this all coordinated? I never know. But when you lose the daily TRDAE, that's either discounts or a bearish sign. And you look at your weekly, you're pretty oversold though. But you could be entering, I mean, there is bearish div there. This is tough, man. They made this one of the toughest markets to hold anything. Like, do I take my 80K and move on at this point? 70K? It's a good amount of money. Or I round trip it after holding it for a year and a half now. Like, this is just tough mental decisions they put on you as a trader. On me too. Like, it's not easy. It's mentally taxing. I told my wife this. I said, this is one of the most mentally taxing 2 years of my entire life. I said, they have made me, I mean, all I got to say is I cherish it, because when I'm 70 years old, I'll be a strong man. They've put me through a lot, and they've basically made me think of, like, do I really believe in what I invest in? Do I have faith in what I research? Do I believe in myself? Or do I crumble easily at the first signs of pain? But I mean, look at this Solana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight weeks in the dumpage. Kind of on the low without thinking about it. Seemed like it got some love. It was like the biggest thing. The end of January, or January 17th, it was on fire. Hit an all-time high at 296. Almost every time something hits an all-time high, you should sell it. All-time high, sell it would have been great. All-time high, sell it would have been great. All-time high, sell it would have been great. I got to tell myself I'm going to sell every single all-time high that ever exists. Solana is so oversold, so beat up. You'd think if you sell it here, you're basically, you're selling the fear. But what if that daily does leave and then you collapse? And you can see Sol will drop fast, right to 130. Very fast. And it is getting a bit of a bad name. I don't like saying it because I own it, right? So it's like no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to tell you the truth because they care more about their bags than telling you the facts. See, I've learned that if I tell you the truth, God will take care of me, even if it hurts my own bag. And I've done it so much that it starts to teach me that that's what I have to do. And you see Bitcoin collapsing too. This is kind of nuts, everybody, what's happening. And it's almost like ETH's becoming the golden child. And you see a lot of people saying, well, ETH's going to pump and Sol's going to dump. Then you can look at the Sol ETH chart, and it's probably out of whack. Look at that. Sol falling off to Ethereum, right? But it didn't lose the 200 MA just yet. Before we get to 1 million per Bitcoin, we got to go down to 90%, and that's the rules. I don't know about that. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy how fast. Like, I mean, look, Sol went from. Oh man. I gotta sit and make some serious decisions today about my life. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Anyway, I'm super grateful. I continue to buy BTC. I'm looking for opportunity. There is opportunity. Pay attention. Don't give up. Oh, look, they pumped and dumped it. Unbelievable. They're making it impossible to track this market. Look, I do this every day, and they're freaking flipping and dipping and flipping and dipping it. You know what I mean? I do this every single day. Now you're in like a bear flag again. I'm going to miss out on the dump, right? And then I chase the dump, they'll pump it back up. So that's why I wait for consolidation. Like, never chase. If that consolidates, then we could possibly get in another short. We're looking at something like that, Stop below those highs, entry right in there, and take it down. I'll tell you what, man, I'm going to let Monday fizzle out yet again. Price action is just absolutely absurd. What I can tell you is it's more bearish than bullish because you keep losing key levels Look now, bounce, 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 and now you're below it, so you lost 96,000. I would assume we're going down to 94,600. So I'm bearish, and I see this 94K red zone there. It looks like we're going to go liquidate 94,000. So watch your stops if you're long. We may get taken out here, and they may take out that daily low. I can't tell you what's going to happen. It's looking insanity. It could end up being a super cycle. I'll take it one step, one day at a time, and that's all I can do. It's also a low volume day, so just be careful. I have spider line at 92 to 93,000. Yeah. It's funny, ETH and TWT, only thing looking good today. It seems so strange, right? But if Bitcoin keeps pushing down, I feel like even ETH will roll over. ETH is finally at the bottom of the channel, though. You would expect ETH to bounce. Come on, Ethereum. It's time, baby. It's time to build the Ethereum war chest here. So, wow, look at ETH. ETH is not Bitcoin. Let's talk about what the difference is right now. This is fun. We may actually be able to trade ETH. We may get like a couple weeks of an ETH bull run or whatever. So flag this out. Look for this to consolidate and get a bounce. As long as we stay above the 200 MA on the ETH on the 1 hour, then we got ourselves a trade. And I might start trading Ethereum. Look for this bounce. Look for the sideways price action that is 10 or 8 to 10 hours, but then boom. So I'll be watching this on Ethereum too as well. We may be trading ETH later on tonight. Yep, and Cardano too. Chainlink is a perfect example of follow the money, I guess. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. May God bless each and every one of you for jumping on into the live. We're going to make it. I'm telling you, because we believe that that's what will happen. There's no other reality for me. There's no excuses, only a reason to make it, and I know I got all the reasons in the world to make it happen. So may God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'm watching this flag now on the 1 minute and 5 minute time frame. It's a chance it kind of tries to hold that higher low and bounce. If it gets above the 200 MA, I would begin to look for longs. If it flags out this sideways, I'd look for shorts. And that I would only long if we see us break above the smooth moving average. Sorry, I should have it open here. I only long if we break above the smooth moving average and the 200 MA here. Otherwise, this could consolidate, and the likeliness is we're going to continue to dump. I'll leave you with the probability that we should be going to 94,600. That's what likely should happen. But anything could happen, so be careful. I love you all. Thank you so much for jumping on in. You can, you will, you are the best. Believe in yourselves. You're the only one that can. Remember that. Nobody else believes in me as much as I do, right? It's if I don't believe in myself, no matter how many of you believe in me, are you going to get me up in the morning? Are you going to get me to work out? Are you going to make me mentally strong? No. That is your task, everybody. Nobody can do it for you. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay strong no matter what. Believe in what you bought and have a plan. If your plan is to hold until it goes, if your plan is to pan, whatever your plan is, have a plan. Say, hey, I'm not willing to go this low. I'm taking my money out at this point. So have a plan. It's okay. Everyone makes fun of panic selling and diamond holding. I think diamond holding is a farce, man. Only a few things would I ever diamond hold. Really, Bitcoin is the only thing I would ever diamond hold. God bless you all. Have a great day. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taken as such. But I hope you have a wonderful time for the rest of your day, and I hope you stay positive no matter what, because that's all you can do. Amen. The secret to success is getting started.